Hello. I forgot I muted my mic. You know what? I'm pretty proud of myself. I've been pretty good at keeping it very nice and organized so that my mic is on when I go live. This was the one case that happened to be an exception. So here we are. I want to scooch over a little bit. Just a wee bit. Oh gosh, it is level 200 already. Hello. Oh, thank you so much. Son. Hi, son. How are you? You're here to watch how I set up my models so you can steal my secrets. That's okay, I give them freely. Go ahead and take them. Jim! Hello. Hey, homie, how you doing? Your dollar mommy finally got my model art in. Now you need to learn rigging. Oh, that's exciting. Oh, that's super exciting. Well, you are more than welcome to join us, and I will do my best to answer any questions you got. So, you're in the right place. Son, yes. Also, I have been obsessed with the new VTS update. Yeah, I updated my VTS. So, VTube Studio, the app that runs the models and does part of the face tracking, updated, and you can add a lot more items to your model. And you can now choose how they rotate with your model's face. And that is so powerful. Can you imagine? I can actually put glasses on that rotate with my face. That is powerful. I was not expecting that. I don't know if it's compatible with 4.2, so I don't know if we can do blend shapes yet. But they have been teasing it, saying that they're working on it. So I still have to learn blend shapes. I've tried. It's weirdly complicated for something that's so simple and game-changing. Demonstrate the items. I don't know if they have any. I think they have some presets. Let me look it up real quick. Oh gosh, my mic was covering up. My mic was covering my activity feed, so I couldn't read anything. One moment. Neko. Hey Neko. How you doing? Thank you so much for the posture check, Neko. I've been loving the art you've been doing. It's so good. It's incredible. You're improving at such an incredibly fast rate. It's very fun to see. Yeah, gotta stretch out the back. Oh, my neck. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, I heard that crack. Ooh. Excuse me. So it's so weird rigging a physics-only model as a prop to work, but it has so much potential. Yes, it's a weird thing to do, and I think trying it out would be really, really fun. Oh my gosh. Joel! I love you. Big love. Hi, Joel. Hi, Raiders. How's it going? I hope y'all are doing well. Ignore this VTS setup. I was checking the new VTube Studio update and got distracted. Barrett Smith, thank you for the 500 shinies. And Impact, thank you so much for the 100 bits. Ooh, let me give you a little bit more space. I think I'm getting a little too close to you. Oh. Also, Stell, thank you so much for the resub. Welcome back to the tavern. Evening Honey, can't believe it's been a year. Congratulations. You made it to a year. That's a big achievement, honestly. That's a pretty big achievement. Gobble the Goblin, thanks, Miss Honey. I feel so much better watching you stream. I've smiled for the longest time in 5 to 6 years thanks to you. Oh, thank you. That's that's very encouraging to hear, honestly. That makes me incredibly happy because like streaming makes me feel a lot less anxious. It makes me feel anxious for like the 5 hours before I stream because I'm like, oh gosh, public speaking, why? Please, why did I do this to myself? But then when I'm streaming, I'm actually quite happy. It's so strange. The Great Canadian FK Club. Thank you for the 5 gifted subs. Oh my gosh. Lord Salad Bar. Welcome. Welcome back. Happy Monday. I hope you've been doing well. If Joel messaged, I have totally missed it. I am so sorry, Joel. There you go. Big love, Joel. Got a res for love you. Yeah, get some res, Joel. It's always good to see you. Thank you so much for the raid. Oh my gosh. Ooh. And Hayden Fire, thank you so much for the prime. Welcome in, welcome in. Oh gosh, son! Son, why'd you do that? Thank you for the 100 shinies. And Jasper, thank you so much. Gentleman Berserker, welcome back. I hope you're having a lovely time. Take a seat, relax. Super Ziblu, welcome back. Thank you. More mini-me honey tonight. Yes, it's a witch model. It's a chibi witch model. I'm so excited. We're getting to the fun part. All the tedious stuff is pretty much set up. We're now getting to the actual fun movement section. Aside from a couple small points with art mesh, which I want to make sure I clarify and teach you how to do, because it can make rigging so much simpler if you do certain things with your rig. So anyway, we'll get to that in a moment. And a name among many, thank you so much for the resub. Welcome back. Has it been a year already? Wow, does the time fly? Here's to another year of wholesomeness that is honey. Thank you. Yup. Yeah, I gotta say, y'all are also wholesome. You are just as wholesome. Strat event! Thank you so much for the 5 gifted subs. Oh my gosh. And kept my word. As always, the first one here, the first few people I see lurking, as well as Cam. Thank you so much for the gifted sub to start everything off. Ooh, Neko, thank you for the breathe redeem. I need to breathe, and Impact, I need to hydrate. So this is a good time. Hope was right. I have too much trouble just eating and drinking. I struggle, and I don't know why. Why would I struggle with this? Neko, thank you for the breathe. Okay. I'm better. Don't breathe and hydrate at the same time. You can't stop me. If I want to choke myself, I'll go ahead and do it. No, I'm kidding. I never do that on purpose. It's always on accident. I won't even be breathing while I'm sipping up water. I'll just inhale too hard. Oh gosh. I think I've seen you on TikTok and I love your model. Thanks, Brandon. Yeah, I don't actually have a TikTok, but I've noticed that I have somehow ended up there. Not sure how, but there I am. And Impact, thank you for the ear wiggles. Warming up the face. Sky! Welcome in, Sky. How are you doing? How was your Final Fantasy stream? Are you still streaming? You went for like 7 hours. That's a long time. Barrett Smith, thank you for the gifted sub. And Hurak, welcome back. Welcome back to the tavern. You are more than welcome back. Pied Piper, thank you for the 100 shinies. And Arson Philly. Thank you for the prime. Welcome back. Gosh. Son, hop into VC when you want to talk about the updates. I will. Oh, I will. I haven't had time to look around. I've been making sure that I have updated pieces for the model because there were a couple pieces that I needed to add in. Mainly, I needed to redo the back of the hat and the chest piece so that there wasn't this weird outline of green. So I did fix that. It's all in order. We doing good. It looking fancy like a witch. Let's go, baby. We're gonna become casters. I've never actually played a caster. Well, Bard's not quite a caster. Not quite. Our song reading is broken. I have turned them off, but I will turn them back on. That is on me. In my panic, I started a little bit later because I realized that I made burritos, but I didn't put away the meat or the rice, and those need to go in the fridge. So in a panic, I had to run over and quickly just gather them all into containers, then shove them in the fridge. I'm listening to a lot of like HoloLive covers lately. They're good. They're really good, and the art for them is excellent. I think Ina did a cover a couple weeks ago, and the art, oh, Ina. So skilled. The art, the hard work that is required to get to that level of skill. Insane. I love it. I love to see it. All right, let me check the redeems real quick. There we go. Should be back on. Perfect. Can't breathe and hydrate at the same time. I will multitask if I can. Dad, thank you so much for the 100 Chinese. How are you? I just got Jedi Fallen Order off. Oh, it's now for 15 bucks. Nice. Can't stay really tired. 9 hours a day, 6 days a week at work because staffing crisis. Oh. Everyone apply to work at your local hospital. We could use the help. Yeah. Help hospital workers. My gosh. Just wanted to drop us some bits. My favorite goblins. Say have a good stream. Now everyone throw money at the goblin. Thanks, Deb. But yeah, be safe. Have a good shift and get some rest while you can. Just don't ever worry about it. I appreciate the work you do. I missed so many messages. Oh no. Anxious of being anxious? Yeah. Gecko? Yes. I am always anxious about being anxious. To the point where I was just having a really bad anxiety day because I had to answer some important emails, and I was just like, oh, I'm talking to people who know what they're doing, so the imposter syndrome is hitting. It's not a good feeling, but we're gonna do okay. I still have to respond to it, but I have to read a little bit more, but yeah, it'll be okay. It's got 12 hours of Final Fantasy. You better be sleeping. You better be doing the exercises you need to do to recover. Get dancing. Am I allowed to time out Chim? I don't know, Chim, what do you think? Yeah, sound alert's still broken. I don't know why sound alerts keep breaking. For now, I guess we'll just turn off sound alerts. It's really unfortunate because I keep trying to fix them, but they keep breaking after like 2 streams. I'm not sure why. Gecko, you doing great? Thanks, Gecko. I'm just really quickly gonna open up my sound alerts and make sure that they are paused because I don't want anyone trying to throw money at me and not getting what they paid for. Also, Amaryllis, thank you for the raid. Welcome, raiders. It's a pleasure to meet all y'all. My name's Honey. I am trying to do 2 things at once with my brain. It's going okay. It could be going better, but we are rigging a model today. So, if you're new here, welcome. We're a couple steps into this model making process, but like it's still at the beginning stages of rigging, so you are more than welcome to join in and ask questions. Gecko, thank you for the shout out, by the way. And Kamarama, thank you for the 500 Chinese. And Pandu, thank you for the 100. I successfully escaped my bad job at a nursing home. I now work in a dairy department in a store. I'm way happier. Oh, that is awesome, Pandu. I am so glad. Yeah, working... Sometimes a job just isn't the right fit, so I'm glad you found a job that does suit you a lot better. Let me see. Sound alerts. I have to say when I'm typing so that I can focus. We're doing the narration tests. Okay, we're gonna pause the sound alerts for today. Sorry about that, y'all. It is unfortunate when it breaks. It really bothers me because I don't know if anyone else has this problem though. On my last 2 streams, my OBS music quit. No idea why. Yeah, sometimes maybe it's, I don't know. Maybe the extensions are a little wonky right now. Jim, this is your manager. You have an offer to appear in the next Jumanji movie with Jack Black and Dwayne The Rock Johnson. I just need your social security number and I can get a set. Oh, of course. Let me DM it to you real quick. And let me just double check my card. Yep, that should work. Let me know what The Rock says. I'm so excited to work with Jack Black too. For some reason, all I can do is highlight my message. Really? I mean, that probably means that some of the alerts or redeems are on cooldown. Too bad. You can't make me dance too much. Dance, streamer, dance. I can't. Everything's on cooldown. Oh, wow. Unfortunate. Love when friendly people are on the internet ask me for my social security number. They're always so nice. Yeah, I know. They're so polite, right? They ask so nicely, and I'm sure it's going to a very trustworthy person. All right, I do have... Also, Strataman, thank you for the resub. Welcome back. 2 months, how time's like 2 months. For some reason, it feels like you've been here longer. Maybe that's just my memory messing up. It does that sometimes. That's just how it be. One of my siblings called me today and it's like, hey, you remember this one specific memory? And I'm like, no. They were like, really? It was such a big part of our childhood. And I was like, if it was, can't have been that important. I don't remember it. Not a great sign, but like, what am I gonna do about it? Dark Dead, thank you so much. That moment when man bun at work plus me more confidence. Not sure how that works. If it worked for you and make you more confident, that's good. That's all you need. Also, man buns look pretty good, honestly. They're not the... Some people are like, oh, man buns are so hard to pull off. And it's like, not really. No, for the most part, almost every guy can pull it off. You just gotta learn how to like add volume to the top of your head. Just like pull a couple hairs outside the ponytail so that they stick out. That's it. That's all it takes. Mental effect, maybe. Maybe that might be what's messing up my memory. Meerkat, thank you for the song redeem. Let me pull up the lyrics of the song I wanted to sing. I do want to sing the song because it's been so long, but every time I sing it, I do get copyright struck on YouTube, but at the same time, too bad. Sucks for me. I want to sing it, so I will. Turn down the music. Of the United States in that regard. They expressly tell you nobody should ever need your social security number, and then any banking or employing groups will immediately demand it or else nothing. Yeah. It's what a weird world we live in. We all have numbers. Weird. Very strange now that I think about it. But here we go. I'm gonna sing the Island song. Let me just take another sip real quick. All right. Hopefully my sound's doing okay. I adjusted it all, so it should work a little bit better. Let's see. Come along with me and the butterflies and bees. We can wander through the forest and do so as we please. Come along with me to a cliff under a tree where we can gaze upon the water as an everlasting dream. All of my collections, I'll share them all with you. Maybe by next summer, we won't have changed our tunes. We'll still want to be with the butterflies and bees, making up new numbers and living so merrily. Whew. Excuse me. I need to drink a little bit more water. I was not hydrating enough this morning. I've been hankering to rewatch Adventure Time. I don't know why, it's just so comfy. It feels so good. It's just a nice, calming show. Pokemon, thank you for the hydrate. Yes, I am thirsty. Excuse me. And Haydenbar, thank you for the 100 shinies. Thank you so much. Son, I have never heard the full song. Oh, really? It's really, really nice. It's super sweet. It just reminds me of like back when I'd hang out with my cousins and we just collect rocks and have fun. It's just stupid kid stuff. Well, it wasn't stupid. It was just kid stuff. I don't know why. I don't know why I called it stupid. Every game has its purpose. Kids do weird things, but that weird stuff is good for their brains. I literally binged Adventure Time entirely for that end theme. It's so good. It's so, so good. All right, let me get some music on real quick before we get to doing art. Oh, I've been looking forward to rigging so much. I love rigging. It's so much fun. Especially a model from scratch. I love making models from like nothing. I have a base model for this, meaning that if I have any outfit changes, I will just remove the clothing on this one and add new clothing. So all of the base rigging is still there. Something so satisfying to making all the expressions and all the small little fun details all over again. It was good. Desiree, it was pretty. That was really pretty. Do you have perfect pitch? I have no idea. I am not professionally or classically trained. I just did choir when I was a kid, and I have no idea what perfect pitch even is. Apparently Charlie Puth has it, but I still don't get it. I don't know what it is. Jedi, I haven't seen what's been posted on the idea board for Discord. Oh wait. I think you're posting something about a new skin. If I remember correctly. I remember one of my mods showed it to me this morning. And to be honest, I've been binging music with that vibe, so I should add it to my current playlist. Yeah, it's a good one. Any Rebecca Sugar songs. Top notch. Such good stuff. I'm just pulling up my music real quick. Music helps me focus. It stops the brain noise in the background. There we go. Hopefully isn't too loud or too quiet, so let me know if you need a bit of an adjustment. Jim, honey, the... What? What am I missing? The hog... Oh, the hog rider! Yes! That's the one! An angry dog, but you're a goblin. I am indeed. It is I, the goblin. I should pay you to teach me one day. I mean, I'm giving lessons for free, so don't even need to pay me. I'll give you this information free of charge. RNG Dice, welcome back to the tavern. Thank you for the 11 months. Almost a year. Almost a full year. Gosh. And last thing. Yep, we good. We good. Got through all the redeems. Feeling confident. Feeling a bit more prepared than I was last time. Let's switch on over to... I'm a little big. Let me make me a bit small. Shrink me. Pocket size. Let's go. I was gonna put sleeves on. It doesn't look like I'm naked behind the screen. That will look a little funny. Alright, here we go. Honey with removed clothes? Yeah. Yeah. Listen, we're all naked under these clothes. Honey, what would you change if someone were to charge with someone to commission you as their artist and rigger? I know that was a ton of work involved. Around 4K is kind of the base start, because that depends on what you want. If you want something within a budget, I can limit some features. For example, a 4K model would be one that rotates almost to profile. But if you want something simpler and a bit more inside of a budget, I can give you options and we can work inside of them. That's the nice thing about being your own artist, is like, if you see a really cool design, but the person commissioning you doesn't have the budget for like all the fancy toggles, I can still find a way to make it. Okay, I posted about how you can ride the boards in Fortnite. Ah, I see. Yeah, I'm thinking about Fortnite. I really want to play with Jum and the Dem crew. They've been trying to get me to play it. Son, that's Chris being your own artist. Yeah. Anytime you see something new, I just want to add it to my model and be like, hey, guess what? New feature. But no, sometimes you need to have a little bit of restraint, or else a model will never be done. You know, if you have a skeleton inside you right now, I can do you one better. Hey, your bones are wet. They're supposed to be wet too. If they're not wet, you got some dry bones there. Right? I hate it. Congratulations, you learned something that I also know and must think about every single day. Feature creep is a serious issue? Yes, feature creep is actually a problem inside of people who, like, inside of people in the VTuber community, because the more excessive features can get, the more fascinating a model can look. However, sometimes a client wants a feature prioritized over a base model, so you have to kind of tone down people's expectations and be like, hey, this is how much everything will cost at the beginning, but if you want to add more features later, you still can. So keep that in mind. But some people just want everything at once, and that's sometimes not in the budget. Oh, 4K as in res, I thought it was in terms of money. Oh, yes, it is also in terms of money. 4K in resolution. I can actually make a model more, but 4K runs the smoothest and is the most crisp. 8K is just as crisp, but it's a little harder on your memory. And then 12K is kind of excessive. You can get a 12K model, but just make sure your computer can run it. I require information that is absolutely vital. What makes you smile? Food? Food makes me smile. I can't be angry when I'm not hungry. I'm going in. I don't want my bones to be wet. Too late, brother. They already wet. Jasper, here's another fact. You are your brain, and you're piloting a bone mech with meat armor. I know, it's cool, right? And he has a tongue bone? Yep. Little tongue bone. Sky, imagine having a budget. Imagine paying for a model when you could make one. Yeah, I saw how much models cost, and I was like, oh, that's neat. Except, nah, I want to learn how to make it, and I did. So, let me just really quickly recap where we were from last session. Last session, this is not a D&D campaign, this is a lesson. From last lesson, we went over Z depth, which these numbers over here indicate what layer the model piece is. For example, the eye is on 520, the upper lash is above the eye, and then the face is below everything that is on the face, etc. Like, it's fairly simple with Z depth. It does take a little bit of thinking, but you basically have to imagine if your character was a South Park character. Pieces of paper laid on top of each other. And you want to make sure that they are laid on top of each other so that when you move one in front of the other, they don't clip. Honey, I hope that you don't curse someone unless they deserve it, so go right ahead. Nah, I feel like that... I don't mess with curses. I feel like if you curse something, it'll come right back to hit you. Gratifier, thank you for the breathe. And Impact, thanks for the posture check. Whoa, my neck! I need a better pillow. My pillows they need to be bigger. They're kind of small right now. All right. Not me under these clothes or more clothes. Never nudes. Ah, Frostbear, I understand. I've heard of your kind. Oh. Like a pregnant woman's just a baby. Mika. No, she's a submarine if she goes swimming. Sleazy, it's my birthday. I'm gonna go to bed soon. Just want to say thanks for streaming on my birthday and hope you have a good night. Happy birthday, Sleazy! Take it easy and I hope you get some rest. Thanks for dropping by. You can have skeletons in your closet if you put them in yourself. I don't endorse that, but right. Let me see. Let me just catch up with chat before I begin. But yeah, we pretty much played with Z depth. I talked a little bit about art meshes. Sorry, art meshes. Yeah, meshes. I couldn't get this one to work because I messed up the mesh. So what I did was I created a new piece, re-imported the piece for the back of the hat, and then redid it. So if you look at when I click on this, there are white dots and red dots. And this little symbol here. So if you click on this, you can see what is connected. There is the red piece, and the green piece, and the yellow piece. These are two separate pieces. The green one for this is the front of the hat, the brim of the hat. The red part is the base. The yellow part is where the mesh is connected. So these parts are glued together. You can also edit it with this tool. Like there's a little symbol that's showing up for me that says, hey, you can edit this. I can click on these pieces and change them up. But why I glued them together is so that if, go back to the select, if I decide to move one, the other piece is glued together. Meaning that if I do physics on one piece, I don't have to worry about the back piece leaving the limitation of the hat brim, because they will stick together. For example, if I just move this, you can see how there's a little bit of a gap. Like when right in here, you can see it. To avoid that, I use glue. It's also good for pieces. So I left some of them undone so I could show you how to use glue really fast. Druxas, thank you for the resub with Prime. Welcome back. I know I'm normally just lurking, but it's always a pleasure just being able to chill and watch you drawing and rig and whatever and you happen to be doing. Thank you for providing such a chill space. No worries. Thank you so much for coming and bringing the chill vibe with you too. And your boy Gems. Thank you for the Prime. Welcome to the tavern. Hope you're having a good stay. Monsieur Monitor, I actually have an important question. How do you do shiny parts on a layer? I'm asking because I want something to look reflective. Sorry, that's my thing. That is definitely a thing, actually. I can actually, I think I have it on this model where I can show it off. Let me go to back to the screen, starting to see the screen. The basic screen. So if you look at this model real quick, you look at the little hair clip. There's a little bit of extra light physics to it, meaning that if I turn one way, the reflective light moves another. That is, if that is what you're talking about, yes, that is actually very doable. It's not too difficult. You just need to have, I think 3 layers, even just 2 layers. 1 layer just for the base of the, for me, gold, and then another layer on top that is just the light, and you make one a clipping mask for the other. And that's how you make sure that they stay connected while also having an interaction with each other, but only on each other. Sometimes it's a little hard to explain these words. These are words that I am speaking, and they must make sense so that you can learn. So now this is the content I'm here for. Glue. Yes, I will actually show you how to use glue. Also, Yabi Saya, or Yabai Saya, thank you for the resub, welcome back. And Matt Montes, thank you for the Prime. So a good one to show you is for the headpiece. So I have a face base, which is this part here. And then I have a line piece. So the reason I keep them separate is so that if I need to, I can have pieces overlapping each other. So for the mouthpieces, I don't want them to leave the face. However, I don't want them to be over the line art of the face base, so the green line. So that's why I keep them separate. However, I want to make sure that if I move them, they move together. What I'm going to do is I'm going to create an R mesh for this. Go to the edit tool. We're going to make our own art mesh. Let's actually synthesize it real quick. The heavy deformation. Yep. And then we're going to go in here. Now I'm just going to simplify this because I don't need all of these meshes in here. They're unnecessary. There's nothing wrong with you leave them. I just like them being a little bit more simplified. Don't do that. We're going to select. I'm going to select these ones. I will need that one. And select the. And then we're just going to delete them. Now I'm just going to go about cleaning these up real quick. So I want to make sure I leave the ones that are sort of hugging the line of the face, because that's where the line art will be, and I want to be able to adjust it very easily. So I like to have the mesh on it, directly on it. Sultar, thank you so much for the 100 shinies. Everyone please pay your contacts. Thank you. And Moon Bunny, hey! Thank you for the sub! Welcome, welcome, welcome! Thank you so much. And Magnamalo, thank you for the resub! Finally able to catch a stream. Always enjoy listening to your streams. Can't wait to learn about how to become a VTuber. Yeah, of course! Always been intrigued in becoming one, so it's cool to learn more about it. Love you, honey. Thanks, Magma. Or Magnamalo. Magnamalo. There we go. Thank you. But yeah, like, I'm kind of surprised at how many people are really interested in learning this, so I might do more model rigging on stream if y'all are interested, because that is, it's something I love doing, and I didn't really expect this many people to love watching it. So now you can see that, with the exception of this one, it's just surrounding the outer rim. We are going to add a couple more just to make sure that all these blue lines that you're seeing, you probably can't see them too well But these are pieces meaning that, you know, you need to connect these, otherwise the art mesh is incomplete. Really nice that they have that. And Fergal, thank you for the 100 shinies. Stealth, thank you. Oh, geez, Stealth, thank you for the 1,000 shinies. Jeez. Hope I didn't miss your message. Oh, no. And Mushroom Brigade, thank you for the ear wiggles. Feel like Honey just put poison in their D&D concept. Warlock who really believes in karma and practically never uses curses because of it. I mean, I'm a big believer in that what you put in the world kind of comes back to bite you. So you get to choose whether that's a nice gentle bite that's playful, or you get to choose if it's like an actual thing that you need to be worried about. Of course, there's always exceptions. Some people just have really bad luck, and some people are blessed with good luck. You can't really control it, so why not just, you know, help your odds a little bit. Be nice. What's your monitor? Thank you for the 500. And Caustic, thank you so much for the prime. Welcome. Power with VTuber. VTubers who can make their own stuff are very fascinating because everyone has a different style and it's so cool to see. Sky, but Honey, with the Chibi model soon to be done, what other models could there be to rig? I don't know, Sky. I wonder whose model I've been dying to rig for... Ooh, how long has it been? 8 months? Yeah? Yeah? The main thing I have to make sure of is I have to ask people if it's okay to rig their model, because I would love to. However, some people really like to keep their models a surprise. They do not want to spoil what their model might look like, you know? So I always want to make sure I ask before going, assuming and going like, oh yeah, this will be totally fine. Nothing wrong with that. All right, we're gonna here, just to make this a little simpler on my brain. Here. So I'm just selecting the basic points that might need more rotation. But since I didn't make this a colored layer, it's just a flat color, I don't have to add too much. I separate everything into very, very specific layers so that if I need to adjust them, I can adjust just that one layer, not the full face. Also, monitor. Watching you rigging and drawing is like watching a master mechanic fix a car. It's equally fascinating and informative. Yeah, like I highly encourage if you're looking to have a model made or you don't have the budget and you want to start VTubing, definitely try making your own model. I highly recommend it. Actually, let's undo those. Also, I love that you're like, yeah, this is like watching a masterwork. I don't know about that. I have seen people with much cleaner meshes than what I do. They look so professional and crisp. I love seeing them. Just because a mesh is messy doesn't mean it's bad. I have to remind myself of that constantly. Moon Bunny, I've been getting really relaxed listening to your streams lately, and I figure I should just spend the sub. Thank you. You absolutely did not have to, so that's very kind of you. Got a question. Why not use the basic mesh it generated for the outline instead of manually building the middle? It's just less polygons for performance. It's just a little bit lighter, but it's easier to see when you select. I personally like it a bit more. For some pieces, it makes it so that if you fold the piece, it works easier and folds smoother. For example, the eye. The eye mesh is fine to use a heavy generated mesh. However, there is a smarter way that allows it to fold a lot cleaner when it closes. I actually learned that from looking at how Artgun formats their models. I was like, oh, okay, there's a smarter way of doing this. You know, I get it. Some people love to hand make their meshes. Me, on the other hand, sometimes it's fine. It's very time consuming, so like, I totally understand if you're like, nah, I just want to generate a mesh, and it's like, that's valid too. Nothing wrong with that. Right now I'm just filling out the blue lines that the program is telling me to fill out so that the art mesh actually closes. As well as making some small adjustments as I go, seeing if I can simplify it a little bit more. That over here. It'll form a little cleaner. That is not what I wanted to do. Filling out the blue lines because I need to, otherwise the mesh will literally just disappear off the screen. How much does a basic 2D model cost now? I know most people who rig are swamped with work. Yes, it's very different. Some people are just beginning, so they price themselves lower. I have seen model rigs as low as $300. Honestly, any lower than $300, I would be suspicious, just because that is a suspiciously low price for a model. To the point where I'd double check people's work and be like, hey, I just want to make sure this model isn't stolen. Because some people do that. There are some scams going around promising like fully rigged VTuber models like made from scratch and not from pre-mades. First, also, if you get a pre-made model, absolutely nothing wrong with that. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. They're very good, and they're very good at saving money, or good for saving money. But like, I like to point to examples like Shy Lily's model was 8K. Because the model artist that she got to make her model, very well known, and has very, very beautifully rigged models. Bebe's new model by the Art Gun was super expensive because of how many features and how many new things that Art Gun was testing. I don't know the full details because I am not Art Gun. But it was like 15K just for rigging. So no drawing and no designing. So that's not including any of those other things that come before rigging. It was 15K for rigging alone. And honestly, understandable. That model is incredibly complex. I love looking at it. Dr. How would you feel if there were people who talk with a lisp because their tongue is so long they can imitate the Bankits? That would be pretty cool, honestly. Lisp because their tongue is so long tongues are really neat. It's you ever see someone with a long tongue, you stare at it for a while and go like, why is it like that? Not bad, it's just fascinating. So I'm going to show you all how to use the glue tool before I get too distracted. So we are going to not do that. We're going to select all these pieces, put that back. And then we're going to go to the face baseline and go into its art mesh editing properties and delete all these pre-mades. The basics. Delete and paste. So now it has the exact same points as the face base. So we're going to save that. Select both of those pieces, go into the the mesh editor, select all the pieces, and just click bind. There you go. It's all glued together. That means, despite the line art of the face and the base of the face being very different places in Z depth, these two are now connected. Meaning if I move this, so does the line art move. The line art and the face base both move. It's a good way of making sure that there aren't weird gaps when you move things in mesh warps. So the things you would probably need glue for is anything where you separate the line art from the base color, like I do. Not necessary for your models, it's just a nice way of ensuring that nothing really leaves where it's supposed to go. Also, Todoro, happy Pride! Also know that my model is going to be a pain so bad other VTubers will feel it once it's done. It's different for everyone. There are some really cool things you can do with models in Live2D. Just depends on if you're willing to put in the work and to do it yourself. Is VRoid Studio a good place to start? Yes, VRoid Studio is an excellent place to start if you do not have the art skills or the know-how for Live2D. I highly, highly recommend if you're going to start VTubing, either start with a PNG, see if you like it, or start with a VRoid model, because it's free. It's a nice introduction to like how the face will be tracking, and it gives you more movement with your hands if you have hand tracking. 2D is very, very pretty. It is very good, and it doesn't break as often because you can control it so much more, but it is expensive. So don't ever put yourself in a weird situation money-wise for a model. It would be hard for me to do this because I have a perfectionist mindset when it comes to me. It's fair. That is fair. It's I feel that. I feel that. Finished, not perfect is all I can say. Son, sometimes the default mesh goes smush in an odd way when it deforms too much. It's harder to move every single point in place. Yes. Sometimes if you have something in the same deforming mesh, it will move the line art differently than the face mesh. So it's easier if you just have them glued. It's just an extra level of these two things are connected, so they move together. Here, so I have an important question. I've noticed my fan art has almost become a sitcom with a character that I have been using basically to represent me, and I understand that can be very uncomfortable, so I was wondering if you were okay with me continuing, and if so, do you have any rules using your character in art? Yeah, that is totally fine. Basically the only art that I am a little bit uncomfortable with is like not safe for work, mostly. Like, I don't mind like hugs, high five, hanging out with people, absolutely nothing wrong with that. It's yeah, just personally not safe for work for this particular character that represents myself. Nah, not for me. I'm not gonna be mad and like just bash on anyone if they do it, because I have seen not safe for work art of myself and it's kind of funny. Because to be honest, I did mentally prepare myself for that, because that just happens on the internet. But like for the most part, people have just been really respectful. They're like, oh, okay, that's fine. Totally gonna treat mine like a project car. Won't even be 100% finished. That's totally fine. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. Good idea to work on it yourself. All right, so now that we know how the glue tool works, we are going to do the weird art mesh thing with the eye. I will show you a very nice, clean way to make an art mesh with an eye. So the only ones that really need the weird art meshes are the eyes, any of the face bases, and anything with very specific movements, such as waves. It's a little hard to explain, but yeah. I know nothing about rigging, but honestly, this looks fascinating. Yeah, that's kind of how I got into it. It's very, very fun. If you provide your own model to rig, I have seen as low as $50. Yes, some people charge very, very low prices for model rigging. Drawing it takes a lot of time, and rigging also takes a lot of time, but like some people have preferences for like, I'd rather not draw it, but I'll rig it. Or some people are like, I would rather draw it than rig it. Different for everyone. My car is worth 1.2k, so a model being 8k or 15k is a massive oof for me. Yeah, so for people who can afford 8k plus models, this is their business. Bebe, VShojo, Shy Lily, a lot of the big name VTubers. This is their jobs. This is an investment, something that will benefit their streaming, and that they can afford because it is within their price range. So don't ever feel bad if you're like, I cannot afford the $4,000 model. That's okay. That is completely understandable. See, we all want wizards. Wizards like you, Sun. Sun is not a wizard. Sun is an art god. We do not compare ourselves to the divine. Didn't realize models could get that expensive. Yeah, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of time and know-how. Also, Lord Neon, thank you for the resub. Welcome back. Happy year. There you go. Well, good night. I hope that you're having a good night. And I have to get up in the morning to get my tattoo on my leg. Cool. Happy Pride Day, by the way. Hope the tattoo doesn't hurt. You've seen Zentrea's new model, right? Yes, I have. Oh, yes, I have. It's so good. Ah, gives me so many ideas. But I can't execute them yet. I don't have time. I also have zero idea what I'm doing. I'm still watching you flex skills in Live2D. Like, you know what you're doing. Like, I know what you're doing. Yeah, like, there are very few courses in Live2D. I'm gonna go back to auto. There's a couple. Some people are giving out courses, but there's very little, not solid information, but like specific information about about a standard for how to make Live2D models. Kind of an art. It is an art, literally. All right. Going to do the same thing with this. Come on, let me select. Okay. These, need to keep these, need to keep these. These ones. Those ones. Yep. So doing the same thing for the face bases I did for the or same thing for the eyes I'm doing for the face base. So doing it this way allows the eye to close cleaner. There will be less weird pieces sticking out. You can let them... Sometimes it's totally fine if you would just want to use a pre-made mesh. I keep saying pre-made, and pre-made is not bad, just to be clear. I used that for my first 2 models. Actually, first 5 models. But this allows it to close a little bit cleaner. Having it just like this. Why it does this? Not 100% sure. I can guess, but I cannot give any firm answers as to why. But I just noticed this. Like when you find a new brush, it's like, this is really good. It's slightly different than the one I use, and yet somehow it is like 10 times better. Mm-hmm. Moment. Need that. I just want to finish working on this. Yeah, that'll do. Sharpen Matter, thank you for the hydrate. Oh, yeah. Okay. Whenever I bring my characters to the world, I will probably be timing how long it takes to get R34. That's fair. Some people are totally fine with that. Oh, nothing wrong with that. Chatty Farmer, my friend tried rigging her own model and drew 4 times over and tried rigging it 3 times. She eventually caved and bought someone to rig it instead. That's totally fair. There's nothing wrong with that. I am very glad that your friend tried to attempt it themselves. Like, that takes a lot. And it's also good because it allows her to see how much work goes into it and how much know-how is necessary. So she can kind of understand why they can be so expensive sometimes. Yeah, art is a luxury and should be priced as such because they take time. You are making something custom for a client that is going to use it for potentially a long time. You will have something that no one else will have, and it'll be just for you. Yeah, that's how I do eyes. Napalm, thank you so much for the resub. Welcome back. Happy 12 months. And also Lord Leanna, if I missed you, I apologize. Welcome back in. Happy year. And Caustic, thank you so much for the prime. Gobby mommy. Mother. Mother. I always start by making a model but then never like the design by the time I get anywhere with it. Maybe I need to take the Brian Sui beginner option and make a fan model of a character. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. That's actually a good way of doing it, too. You can see what you like in a model versus what you think you'd want, you know? We're gonna have you deform this again. Then we're gonna delete the... There we go. Now I can select. Honey Grandpa. I'm so excited to see the art, Connix. Oh, that's gonna be good. Ever since I watched the VShojo lore videos, it makes me want to make a lore connection fan art. Since the last 2 weeks, I'd be hoping. Ooh, and I'd be hoping I'll done this month. Words. But yeah, oh, lore videos are so much work. Is there a way for it to autofill the blue lines so you don't have to click so many times? Possibly. Let me see. There's auto connect right here. I can give that a shot. I like doing it by hand just because my brain's like, you know what? This is a good time to just relax and not worry about it. I have the wrong thing selected, that's why. Foolish. The wrong thing selected, that's why. Yeah, I'm sure there is a way. I just haven't looked for it because I enjoy making the art meshes by hand. Sometimes the art meshes act a little funky. They're some funny little guys, and they don't always do what you want. I see, because there's auto connect. Yeah, that's the easiest way to do it. But then, like, this is a little messy. I need to clean that up. So, we're gonna undo that. Ooh. I can separate that a little bit more. Yeah, let's move it over here. Close a little. Okay. Yeah. Woo! Alright. It is faster, but like, kind of like an adult coloring book for me. I like doing it by hand. Watching yous make me want to learn art and rig a model again. Yeah, go for it. Saves you money. Actually, that's partly why my character is a robot, because I know it will at least delay R34. Nothing stops it. Sharpen Matter, thank you for the breathe and posture check. I made a model for someone else. I can create 2D layered character and I can rig a 3D model, but rigging 2D is so difficult I need a teacher. A little different. Yeah. 3D for me is complicated as heck. I have no idea where to start with that. See, I can probably just auto mesh the irises. Let's make those heavy pupils. I can make light. Cannot see it, but a little screen pops up that is called automatic mesh generator, and I'm just selecting the deformation to be small versus large or heavy. And this one, though, I will need to do by hand because I have to specific this part moves a whole lot, so I have to create a specific mesh. It's in mod gen if you want to be. Oh, I'll have to look at it a bit later on. Thank you though. If I were to pay for a model, how would I go about doing it? Like, do I describe what I have in my head, or should I try to draw a rough outline of what they look like? I would highly recommend drawing a rough outline of what you think your model or concepts of what you want your character to look like. So before you even get to the modeling stage, find someone whose art style you like and commission them for character art. Like not even a turnaround, even just a front view or 3/4 view is the best. Because that way you can get an idea of what you want your character to look like, and you can look at it for like a month or two and be like, I still vibe with this, and then get someone else to cut it in Live2D and rig it. People severely underestimate how useful it is when clients draw their characters. No matter how good you think your art skills are, if you draw your character, that makes it so much faster for me as an artist to understand what you're looking for. It saves me so much time, as well as it helps me to set a tone for what your character and the character's background would be. Fan art, I still remember my very first piece of fan art I've gotten. Your mods will allow me to post here to show you. You can post it in the Discord. I don't know if the links will happen in Twitch, but you know. Garrett, all right, I know what I'm gonna draw from this week's honey fan art, so my meshes are gonna slow down. All right, Garrett, take it easy, no worries. All right, we're going to go into here and delete all these. Nope, stop with the wrong tool again. Honey, come on, you've been doing this for how long? I'm gonna go to this. I'm gonna create. And then move this a little bit. Couple more. Yeah, we're gonna make it that heavy with the repeated density. Yeah, about two vertices in the width is good. And then we're gonna adjust it. Yeah, we're gonna choose that. Nope, do not do that. Now we're gonna go to here and manually adjust these so that they are snug to the eyelash. So the reason we're gonna do it like this for the eyelash is because the eyelash has so much movement. For example, look at my blinks. When I'm smiling, it blinks different. When I'm frowning, it blinks down. That is a smile parameter. It took me a long time to figure that out. But point is, the upper eyelid moves so much that you need very, very tight, clean meshes for it, so that it deforms properly. You want to make sure that it's not overlapping any pieces. Yeah, just keep doing this. I know I said we're going to get to mesh warps, but like, I just wanted to make sure that this was very clear because this is a very important part of the mesh making. Sad depth is very time consuming and a little boring, but it's important. Harumozuki. I'm so sorry if I mispronounced that. Your follower and viewer, your voice is your voice is so good to listen to. Also, on model drawing and rigging, the artist and rigger I hired for mine did a fantastic job, but sometimes I feel kind of guilty for spending money on the drawing instead of drawing it myself. Maybe it's just me, I have no drawing skills. I think, I definitely understand that. I think if you feel you have no drawing skills or your model will not be accurately represented as yourself, there's nothing wrong with hiring an artist. You may feel a little guilty because, yeah, it's money. But if it is something you really wanted and you budgeted yourself properly, it is good. Because getting it from someone who you've researched and you like their style, it will look the way you want it to look. And worst case, if you think, maybe I'll make my own model next time, go ahead, definitely do that. That's why I usually recommend people try to look into how models are made before commissioning people, because that way you can get a sense of how this all works and how much work goes into it and why things are priced the way they are. Because sometimes you can rack up prices way faster than you would think you would. Another small thing, please do not haggle with your artists. They price them that way for a reason. However, there's nothing wrong with going to your artist and saying, this is my budget. What can we do to work within it? Nothing wrong with that. I already have a reference sheet for my character. Do you rig it from there, or do you redraw the character and then rig it? Depends on how your character is drawn. Usually I redraw it and cut the pieces myself. So someone comes to me with a design or an idea of a design, and then I design it, cut it, rig it, and then export it and set up all the keyforms or the keyframes. Is it possible to make a Live2D model that reacts to key presses and voice but doesn't use camera? I know that it is possible to make one that reacts to key voice, for sure. Not sure about, keys, but I'm not sure about voice. I haven't tried messing with the voices. I don't know how sophisticated the voice is for Live2D. I know that in VTube Studio your microphone can pick up A, E, I, O, U sounds and translate them into VTube Studio to make certain mouth shapes. But I don't know how far you can push that. I know that you can do keyforms though. That's definitely something you could do. What do you use to draw? CS Paint, and I'm using Live2D to rig a model. It's fascinating to see a model being made. I love looking at models being made. It's so much fun. My younger sibling got me a steampunk Bible from the library. It makes me want to art. That is awesome. Oh, that's cool. Oh, that's a crazy VTuber model. Where did you build it? In my house. On my computer. Gutsu. I want to draw my own model, but I'll most likely commission someone for Live2D since I don't feel like trying to learn that. That is fair. That is, yeah, that's one of the reasons we're here. Because if you don't feel like drawing all this and rigging all this, you pay us to do it. And we do all the work. Probably just, yeah, I'll just keep it a little. Small deformation here. Very simple. Adjust this real fast. We're gonna put this here. We're gonna move it. Okay, control it a bit more. Too close. Not that far. Need this up here. That'll do. Alright. Where do you build models and what software do you use? This is called Cubism from Live2D, or Live2D. I use CS Paint to draw the pieces of the model, and then I import them into this program, and I rig them myself. Thinking about trying out a PNG tuber lately. Yeah, that is a great idea! A lot of people I know started out with PNG tubers before they got into Live2D, and like, for example, Gamer Goblin Gary, the wonderful Goblin VTuber, started out as a PNG tuber for the longest time, and that was so smart until he learned how to make his own models, and one of his friends made him a model. That would be Many. I think Many made a couple models, but Gary learned how to make his own models, and it's so good. He now has the freedom to do his own models and make them look the way that he wants. He's only limited by the time he has to make them and the skill. V-Magic Mirror reacts to your voice, but only works with 3D models. Oh, okay. I wonder if there would be a plugin to make it work with 2D models. Right. You have to do this part real quick. Actually, no, we'll really quickly just put one on there. Eyelashes also need to have formation. And then we're going to go to the upper lash. Alright, we have to do it with this one. Over. And then we're going to... Oh, yeah, the density's fine. That was what I used for the other one. Thank you for the shout out to Manny, Gecko, and for Gary. I'm thinking about trying VTuber, and I've joined the Discord to be an eternity because my grasp on technology is not great. That's fair. My grasp on technology also not good. Question: how do you do motion for your earrings and things? I will get to that. I will get to the mesh warps, and then I'll probably actually do a little bit of motion today. But for now, we are focusing on the basics, which is setup. It does take a little while. It is a little time consuming, but if you set everything up incorrectly, it messes things up. And you have to go back and fix it. There's, I think, 4 different ways you can add motion to something. And depending on what you want, you will want to do things differently. Because there's I think it's called mesh warp is one. Skinning is another. Line tool deformation is another. And then there is mesh deformation. They're all different kinds of movement, but some of them are good for what you need, and some of them will make things more complicated. I'm going to do my best to try to explain why certain types of movement are better for certain motions than others. We're going to add one more point to that. There we go. Cool. All right, we did that. Highlight can be small deformation. That small deformation. There we go. Okay, that's pretty much the basics of what I wanted to show y'all with the mesh deformations that are a little bit more complex. Main ones are the eyelashes. They have to be set up. They don't have to be set up this way, but it helps to have them set up this way. It allows them to move a lot cleaner. We'll definitely yeet money to an artist rigger. Yep, that's fair. That's fair. I'm almost tempted to try it out myself, but it also looks very intimidating. Perhaps even overkill for someone who hasn't even started out. Perhaps PNG tuber would be better. Yeah. How do you know what parts you've missed? So you look at this. Select. I added a bunch of glue. Let's see. Mesh. There we go. This is a box. This is just how I do it. It's not the most effective way. See these boxes? The ones that are squares? That means I probably haven't added... Yep, I haven't added a mesh to this. Same thing with this one. You can just hover and see which ones. This one has a mesh. This one has the mesh. I think the only ones I haven't added a mesh to are the skirts. I'm fine leaving for a little bit because we're not going to focus on that for a little while. In other ways, you can just go manually through your pieces. Just click through them and see, hey, have I added a mesh to it? Yes? No? Maybe so? Mesh, deformation, rotation, that's the other one. Oh, there's a lot of them. There's a lot. Sweet Merciful Spellbooks, Witch Honey's adorable. Yeah. I'm so excited for this one. What's the difference between a PNG model and a Live2D model? From Josie. I was curious since it was mentioned last stream, but forgot to ask. So a PNG tuber is a flat image. Usually it's put into Discord reactive so that when you talk, it bounces up or it changes to a second picture. You usually have 2 pictures, one of an idle and one of a active picture. That is a much more cost-effective way of starting out VTubing if you're not sure if it's right for you or you're not sure if you like the design. So I highly recommend starting with it. It's basically just one picture. A Live2D model is what I'm using. So it is a flat picture that has been cut up, rigged, and is tracking my face so that I may put my motions into the drawing. It's cool. I like it. What do you prefer, or do you use all? I only use Live2D. I've used 3D actually before for April Fools. It was fun. I really like it. I want to learn how to make my own 3D models. I'm stubborn that way. I want to learn how to make something. I want to learn how it works so that I can change it if I need it to be changed. Hey, Pisslap, man, it's going good. Soxies, no, my bad got ahead of myself. No worries. There's absolutely no problems with asking questions. There's no wrong questions. I know that's what a lot of teachers say and they mean there are wrong questions, but like, no, this is such new software that a lot of people just don't understand some basic terms, and that's kind of what I'm here for. Wanted to know how many pieces your model is made of. I'm currently working on a custom Gundam figure and would like to try exporting the design into Unity with this done, though I don't know if 800 components would be too much. I have no idea how to add things into Unity. For Live2D, this current model that I have, because including snack and the outfit changes, upwards of 500 at least, because everything is separated into lefts and rights and line arts. Yes, I'm glad you like the model. Thank you. VTube is a good PNG tuber software that's fun to use. I've never heard of that. That's kind of cool. The only wrong question is the one that lingers forever. Yeah. The only wrong question I can think of is one that hasn't been asked. All right, we're going to do a small deformation ears. Hat brim is the ear. There we go. There's a couple that I've left behind, but that's okay. I can do those when I get to them. It's pretty easy to tell when a piece hasn't had any meshes added to them. So now, I should probably show y'all how to do let's start with a couple expressions. So I'll show you how I make expressions really quickly. So we're gonna click on new parameter. Let's call this one heart eyes. Heart eye. Need to Live2D doesn't allow spaces. So we are going to do that. We're gonna make the range from 0 to 1. Meaning that this point here starts at 0 and then it goes to 1. So, something to keep in mind is when you're keyframing the pieces, if you keyframe them and you mess up, you will have to do the keyframes again. So just be careful. It's not too hard to undo, it's just annoying for me. Where should one start if they wanted to learn? Looking for Live2D tutorials? Online. I would highly recommend Dream Trove's videos because I have a short attention span and Dream Trove is very good at keeping their videos to like 5 minutes for each like individual step. Another one is Kiro Omori. Great mouth charts, very, very good rigor, and I think that's about it. There's a couple more for sure. Like just go on YouTube and look up Live2D tutorial. You'll find a whole bunch. Josie, I'm not sure I'll get into streaming myself, but as a whole, I'm still curious about the process because it's fascinating. Yeah, definitely. Random question, but it came up in a previous stream. Would you ever make a Goblin magical girl form? Maybe. It's a little lower on my priority list. But magical girl could be fun. It's not too far off from my design currently. It would just have more ribbons and bells. Let's go over to the hard eyes. So we're going to turn on the expressions. It's a bit wild. Give me a moment. I'm gonna turn some of these off. Fade. There we go. Now all these heart pieces. First off, they have already been mesh generated because I did that before stream. What we're going to do is I'm going to select these pieces, all of them, and then keyframe them here. So there's 2 green points now. So when I turn them on, they're going to show up. But when I turn them off, I'm just going to reduce their opacity to 0. Ta-da! So now, that's an on and off toggle. That's it. Fairly simple. However, if I want to emphasize the effect, I will go into the highlight, as well as the pupils. I will also key them to this. When the hearts go on, I will turn their opacity down to 0. I was going to turn off the mouth. It's a bit distracting for my eyes. There it is. Yeah, now if I... up so you can see a bit better. Now I can switch between the 2. And that's what it is when I am hitting a toggle. So for me, I believe it is 3. Yeah. That's all it is. I just have it hotkeyed like this. Just keep clicking the hotkey. You can make it fade faster if you'd like. For example, if you want it to happen faster and less of a fade in, you would probably set the hard eyes to 0.5 instead of 1. But 1 is a pretty safe number. Mouthless. She does not speak, but she stares. Talking about getting into stream, just wanting always download an OBS, and the official web pages and a lot of spams and ads OBS that are a scam. I think OBS is an official page that you can download it from, though, isn't it? I can't remember. I downloaded this like over a year ago. So let's add another one, a new parameter. We're gonna call it sparkle. Also, I apologize, my hotkeys are tied to my keyboard. You might notice a couple small animations popping up as I type. Now, if you mess up and go, hey, maybe I should have kept those pupils on a separate hotkey, absolutely no worries. Go back to the pieces. Pupil and highlight. Go back to where they are visible and just press this little button. And it removes them from that hotkey. And now the hard eyes aren't affecting the pupil's opacity. We're gonna turn that hard eyes off. We're gonna turn the sparkles on. Adremek milk. Thank you for the hydrate. I think Live2D's mic-based math animation is like a 12 graphic array from, how do you say in English? Yeah, it's A, E, I, O, U, N. It's consonants and vowels. Do you use VTube Studio for face tracking? VTube Studio to have the model on screen, but I use I use iFacial mocap and VBridger. It's a couple of programs all at once. Is mayonnaise an instrument? Yes, mayonnaise instrument. Nothing I must morb. Oh, the movie went back into theaters and it bombed again. Can you believe it? We memed a movie into bombing twice. It hasn't happened. Bastille, thank you for the resub. Welcome back. Happy 7 months. What do you mean no worries? I have all worries. We all got worries. And they never end. So you just gotta show them who's boss and show them that they can't get the best of you. I'm gonna turn on the sparkles. And then the other sparkles. And I'm actually going to put these. So here's another thing to keep in mind. If I key this, and maybe I change the draw order to 800, so they're in front of the hat, it will keep 800 here, and the original Z depth will be here. So that is the disadvantage of keying things, keying items and not the meshes, because it will remember the information. So it will go back down when you turn it off. So we're gonna put this at, we'll put it at 800. Yeah, 800 is pretty good. Put this at 800. And so now we'll just turn its opacity off. Now when I turn on the sparkles, there they are. I can believe that because the movie is legitimate garbage as opposed to the memes. What's happening around that movie is probably more entertaining than the movie itself, but I have not seen it yet, so I cannot say. Too bad. I'm so sorry I was busy. Released it a third time. I swear I'll do better this time. I'm so sorry, Hollywood. Just give me another chance. Let me see if I can make the movie this time. Promise I'll be a better dad. We'll put this at 0. There we go. So now we have the sparkles that turn on and off. Ta-da! That's expressions. That's expressions, baby! An average of $83 per theater on release. Oh! That must hurt. The worries got the best of me. Wrap yourself in a blanket and eat some. Onyx, Sony misunderstood what we wanted. We wanted 3-season Morbius series. If Sony does that, I'm sure they'll make all their money back. Yeah. They need like an HBO level TV show that goes on for minimum 5 seasons. I'm sure we'll watch it then. Alright, what do we got? We got fear lines. Probably keep that in with the fear shit. I like it. Let's make a new parameter. Call it fear. We all experience just a little bit of fear. 0, 1. We'll key those in. Put them at 0. And then they show up here. Ta-da! Honey confirmed Mason is an instrument. Yes. You bring it to the jam session, I will accept it. Sure, we'll watch it again, but not the 4th time. Yeah, they just gotta keep putting it out. Alright, we're gonna do the blush now. Parameter for blush. Up correctly. And then we're going to set them. 100% or 25%, 0%. There's the blush. She blush. Just a little blush. I legit had hopes for Morbius, not for Morbius or Sinister Six, but for a Blade revival. Ooh. Yeah, that'd be cool. Blade's pretty sick. And I think, yeah, those are pretty much all the expressions. Okay. So we're gonna get to the fun part. We're gonna get to a little bit of organizing your mesh warps. Some kids playing outside. They're screaming about. What do you have to scream about? Your kids. I got rent to pay. Screaming. Gosh. What are they doing? Mr. Snack, thank you for the resub. Happy 12 months. Welcome back. Love all your expressions parameters have capital letters, except for fear. Because I'm going to treat fear like a small thing, as it should be. But yeah, let's start with mesh warps. So, first things first, every single one of these pieces. Go over here. We're gonna put this up here. Making sure y'all can see it well. We are going to select absolutely everything. All of it's, even if it's not done, like even if not all the warps have been put in, or the deformations put in. Full body parent. Oh, no, sorry, we'll just call it full body. And we'll click continuous creation. Please create object with same parent deformer. Come on! I love when it does this. Alright. Old-fashioned it is. Full body. Continuous creation. Full body parent. So now I have 2. Look at how clean this is now. I have the full body, which is absolutely everything. And I have the full body parent above. One is smaller than the other. Full body is smaller. And then it is inside full body parent. These ones are the clipping masks. I'm just going to put them into the full body. So these are mesh deformers. White Cloud, thank you for the 100 shinies. Honey, jealous of the youth again. Jealous of how carefree they are. I have to work hard to be carefree. They can just be carefree as carefree as they want. Killer Pig, thanks for the ear wiggles. Alright, let's see. So, mesh warps are folders. Mesh warps are folders that contain all of your pieces. First one you usually want to create is the full body parent and the full body. Just contains everything. Every single piece that you're going to move is going to be inside of the full body. Then we're going to go to individual pieces. So, you want something to move as one piece, you put it in. So I'm going to select all the pieces of the hat and put that into a mesh. But first, I have to make sure the mesh is big enough. So back of the hat, and buckle, hair mask, brim shade. And we got the top hat line, top fill, top of the tip of the hat, clipping masks, then the hat chain, hat moon, the patches. I believe that is all the hat pieces. Be safe. Yep, that's that. We're gonna put that in a mesh and call it hat full or hat XY. I'm gonna call it hat XY. You can always change the names later. So these numbers here, if you increase this, you can increase how many points there are to deform it. And you can move these pieces around. Models are weird. For now, we're gonna keep that in hat XY. We can make it bigger. So the way you make it bigger is you hold control, and you can see how you can make the hat bigger. I'm going to make it bigger because I know I'm gonna be adding more meshes inside of it. So just for now, before I set any parameters, you have to do this before you set parameters. I'm gonna make it the box bigger. They do not understand the effort it takes to be this calm. They don't understand how much work it is to relax, which is... There's a word for it, but is it oxymoron? Because that's what it feels like. Lovely model, by the way, both of them. Oh, I thank you, Demon God. Hearing you sing makes my cares lesser and easier. Thanks. Whenever I want to feel carefree, I just stare at my ceiling and forget to adult for a few minutes. Oh. Yep, I do that too. You can always change the names later. Good joke, honey. Yeah. You know I love kidding around with you, Nell Pretzel. But yeah, it's very easy. You just go up to the name portion up here and just go like box. Because that's how you spell box. Boys. I'm just gonna Control Z that before I embarrass myself. I can spell fine, okay? Oxymoron with power of an ox. Yeah, so now I have something that moves the hat. So remember, I put a clipping mask into the hat. Up here. Nope, not up there. It's different in this one, because there are two different piece menus. The haircut. This, if I turn it back, the opacity back up, this is a clipping mask. So it is keeping everything under the hat. If I move it around, it'll cut all these pieces. So if I change it back 0, if you look at it, while I move it, the hair and the ears will not leave the hat. Actually, with the exception of those ones, because they need to be added in there. Well, this is part of the rigging process. Sometimes you find things as you go. When you select all those nodes, my computer lagged so hard I had to refresh. Just came back now. I think my PC is learning sympathy and I'm scared. It's learning. Better watch out. It's going to be starting to make models. But yeah. Alright. So we got the hat. I'm going to then do the face features. We're going to go to here. There is the lower lip all the way to the mouth base. We're going to call that the mouth hole. Or mouth. That's why. Yeah. You cannot see it right now because everything is like not visible, but there. That big enough to hide in. Oh, big old hat. Boys, even her Freudian slips are adorable. Shh. Shh. We're trying to learn here. I'm not here to get distracted. Every VTuber I've seen has a couple of people that are in chat and they know and mess around with. I don't have friends, so what do I do? Just vibe. Be yourself. As long as you're respectful and you're very chill, nothing wrong with that. Even if you're high energy, you're welcome here. Need to make a hat bigger. Bigger! Yeah, so I put the mouth. I'll actually turn it on so that you can see. Fine, select it. There we go. Now if you look down here, mouth, and move. I haven't put it the clipping mask so you can still see it outside the face. Put it there. Not a mother Freudian slave. The hat is actually a hat of holding. Inside is another larger hat. And it keeps going. And there's another hat inside of that. And then another. And then another. And then another. So complicated. Yeah, it's a lot of work. But I love it. That's part of the fun, is afterwards you get a full working model that gets tracked to your face and it comes to life. I love it. Let's see. So we have the hat, the mouth. Let's do all of the eye pieces. So that's including any of the expressions. There we go. That's the word I was looking for. Why that took so long. I'm gonna select the sparkles. Yep, part of the eyes. Heart pieces, because those are part of the eyes. And, excuse me. There we go. Got the highlights, pupils, irises. This is your nightmare. Lower lashes, upper lashes, eye whites, and those are the eyepieces. I'm gonna put those into eyes. We are gonna separate these into lefts and rights in a moment. So this mesh warp is actually not going to be used. It's for organizational purposes only. But like you can still move it around and do this. Models are weird. First time watching, my partner suggested your content and loves your vibes so far. Learning a lot too. Oh, thank you, Crumptic. Or Crumpet Croc. That's a real cute name. I like it. But yeah, if you're looking to be a VTuber, this is a good stream to jump on in. Alright. This is gonna be fun. We're going to nose. Actually, real quick, since I have it here, we're going to select the choker and just make the choker wet deformer. Or warp deformer. X, Y. There we go. Now it's the neck piece. I'm going to do the earrings. Put them all in one. There we go. Have you ever played Divinity Original Sin? I have not, no. Make the model become respectful. Model's already respectful. Any model with all those dots visible, all I see is everything. I see into the 5th dimension. Next thing you know, honey's just popping through your screen. It's later so you can press a button to enlarge eyes. Yes, I can do that. I could make it another toggle. We're going to put the ear. Wait, nope. So because the earrings are part of this ear and they will react to the physics, I'm going to put them together. So we select the mesh warp. We don't need to select the pieces, just the mesh warp. And the ear. This is the ear right. We're gonna call this X, Y. There we go. So now, yeah, the whole ear. Girl, I honor this level of work. Thanks, Zarin. I appreciate it. Yeah, it's a lot of work making a model. Hopefully you can learn from my mistakes. You can surpass me one day. Good question. After this model, will you ever stream another project that you're working on? I think I will. I think I might. I think it will be fun. I do enjoy making models. It's a little slower when I do it on stream because I get distracted a little easier. I have chat to read, I have music I'm listening to, I have to focus on the model, so there are pieces I miss. So sometimes I work on the model off stream just to correct some things that I do. But I do really enjoy streaming this model making process because I genuinely enjoy it. I don't know how much everyone else does, but like, I like it. It's cool. Hi Zypho, how's it going? Hope you're doing good. Crumpet Crow, thank you. Yeah, of course. Thanks for coming. Do try to be a VTuber personally, but I always love watching people design things. Yeah, that's fine. It's not for everyone. Sometimes you get to just appreciate the art of it. But if you do want to stream, personally, there's nothing to lose. You can learn something new about yourself. Looks like a lot of work, yet relaxing. Yeah, it's like making a puzzle. If you do a humming only art stream, then you won't have to worry about replying to chat. That is true, I wouldn't. But I would still get distracted. Alright, let's see. We're gonna call this the face base. So we're gonna do, yeah. That's how you spell base. 2 A's. There we go. So now that is the base of the face. I put it together with the line art because now they move. I mean to make it big. They move together. See how clean that is? Even though the line art and the mesh and the face base fill are different. Look at how clean that is. How good it is. Look at this Chad jaw I can give. Look at that. Ooh. Square. The Chad jaw. Yes, Adam man. Having only stream in emote only mode. I think that would be fun. I would worry about people having questions they want to ask though. Because this is kind of, for some people, this is a learning experience. Alright, we're gonna call that XY. So this is a pretty good organization system already. I think we can introduce rotation deformers. I think that'd be a pretty good place to sit, honestly. So, if you look at my model, I can rotate my head side to side. That is in part due to rotation deformers. What are rotation deformers? I will show you. So rotation deformer, I'm going to select everything I want to rotate. For example, we're going to start with the neck and the head. So we're going to select all the pieces here, the neck as well, any of the head pieces we've missed, such as the hair. We're just going to keep going. A lot of pieces. Is there a faster way of doing this? Most likely. Don't need the skirt. Sleeves. It's clicked. And the collar. Your lines, blush, sparkle. Don't need the shirt. Yeah, I think that's all the pieces. So if I move all of these, center. That's not it. Yeah, we're just gonna click over here. This one right here. Going to call it neck rotation. And then we're going to move this. Hold control, because then it turns blue and we can move it. We're gonna put this to around where we want the neck to rotate. So I'm gonna put it right around here where the collar is. Now, I can rotate the head pieces. And that's what allows for the side-to-side rotation. I did miss the back of the collar though, so let me go put that in real quick. You can see it's a different symbol. It's a little pink one. Collar back, we're just gonna put that straight in there. And now, Yep, it's pretty good. Sick. Now we're gonna go inside the neck rotation. And we're gonna select all the pieces of the head, so not including the neck. So I'm just gonna quit. If a faster way, this is probably just selecting everything, then unselecting the collar back, the choker, and then the collar front. I'm gonna create another rotation deformer, call it the head rotation. Great. I'm gonna drag it to the base of the head where we want it to rotate, holding control because that's what allows us to edit it. And now we have the head rotation. Just kidding, I forgot to deselect the neck. Let's get that out of there. Yeah, there we go. I'm gonna put that. Neck rotation. There we go. So now we have the neck rotation here. Which allows for the full thing to be rotated. And the head rotation, which allows for just the head to be rotated. Ta-da! What program's this? Live2D Cubism. As much as I want to keep watching, I got some stuff to do. I'll catch y'all later. Take it easy, Watchful 9. Thank you for dropping by. What's the learning experience to me is using my puzzle solving skills to solve a password without knowing where the password is. Oh gosh. I feel it. Oh gosh. I remembering your password sucks. There's so many to remember now. 180 head movement. Rotate all the way. Really struggling on this drawing. Wish I had some of the tools I've seen you use, but I'm using Krita. Oh yeah, I've never used Krita. Hey Magma, what's up? What kind of car does a sheep like to drive? A Lamborghini. Okay, that's a good one. That's a good one. Jake Latte. Hey, welcome in. Just doing some mesh work right now. Alright, so we're going to do another thing that I like to do for the hair pieces in particular. So if you look at my model, when I tilt my head, the side bangs also rotate with gravity. So I'm going to grab the side bang pieces and add a rotation deformer. Ignore the hotkeys. Rotation. Create. We're going to drag it where they start. Again, holding control while you're dragging. We're going to change the direction of the rotation point. So now when I rotate it, I can rotate it this way with gravity. There is not just that to the model though, there's more to just the hair physics. Oh boy, and this is a chibi model. This is a simplified model. A wild snack appears. Yeah, he's the one really doing all the work. I'm just holding on to him. Changed password recently to be more secure, and I'm worried that's going to be too secure for me to get into it. So secure, not even the person who put the password on can get in. Nobody touching that money. Can ignore the hotkeys, but I can't ignore the hot. Thanks, Jay. I'm gonna do the same thing with these side bangs. Excuse me. Left piece. Yep, side bang out. And create. Once again, we're dragging it to where we want it to be. Around a little bit. There we go. Son, Snack is looking at the tab. Tablet like an iPad kid, tapping away with little picky toes. Yeah, yeah, yeah. He's just tippy-tapping away on the screen. Impact, thank you for the hydrate. And the Vogfather. Thank you so much for the bride. Welcome in. And Fire Newt, thank you for the resub. Welcome back. Hiya. Oh, I'm thirsty. Okay. Whew. Good stuff. And Zombie Man, thanks for the posture check. Good time to stretch the arms. So this is a weird thing to remind y'all of, but like, just a reminder, this is more complex than an average chibi model, but this is still more basic than a full model. Like this is, I've simplified this, so hopefully y'all can kind of understand how this works and what I'm doing. Actually playing Fortnite before I even get to play Fortnite, but why, Snack? Why would you do this? Hey, floaty thingy, what's up? Eat dirt, you have a soothing voice. Why, thank you. That's very kind of you to say. Alright, let's see. What we're gonna do as well, so I do this for my ears. It allows me to wiggle my ears. I had to add a rotation point to the ears. Let's select those. We're gonna select this. We're selecting the mesh that we created for the ear XY. So the thing that allows us to move it like this. I'm gonna create a rotation deformer. Ear L rotation. Right. Drag it over here. Holding control, because that's how you edit it without setting controls. I'm gonna put it right along that line so I can keep track of it. Gummy, no cease and desist. Stop. This is so cute. Never. I will not stop, Jum. But maybe we can play some Fortnite. Then maybe I'll cool it. Maybe I'll cool it. Maybe we can play some Fortnite together. That's okay. Be a cat. Be a cat. Jump, jump, jump. Look at this. Jump. Check this out. Let me grab the hat. Look at it. Look at it. I can remove the hat. Let's go. I love it. I'm gonna make a toggle so that I can remove the hat. It'll be fun. Make it bigger. Fine, I'll make it bigger. It's Louise. Big enough for ya? It's a little too big. This would give me back problems. Alright, let's see. What was I doing? Right, I was adding a rotation deformer for the earrings and the right ear. Ooh, I love model making so much. It's so complicated, but fun. It's like making your own puzzle to solve. I love it so much. Here our rotation. Great. Why won't you create? I'll just add point to it, see if that helps. Great. Create an object with the same parent and deformer. Oh, that's why. I don't need to have the earring selected, I just need the ear. There we go. Jum, I can't sleep, dude. Not now that I know this model exists, please. Oh, Jum. Oh, Jum, don't worry. It'll get better. I have a couple surprise toggles that you might like. Create the rotation. Why did you do this? Why didn't you create our rotation? Great. Yes. Okay, that worked. Sometimes I forget which button I need to press. It's okay. There we go. I have the rotation points for the ears and the hair now, as well as for the neck and the head. There will be more, though. There are more to do. Don't worry, Jum. I'll show you later. Just messing with you, girl, but try to rest if you can. Jummy, you are awake in ungodly hours sleep. Oh, don't worry, Jum. Don't worry, Jum. I'm sure you'll pass out at some point. Also, congrats on beating the 4 kings. That's... that was a good fight. Yeah, the best technique for fighting them is definitely putting on Havel's armor. Alright, let's see. We got the side bangs rotations. We have the, not that one. Eyes. We're going to separate these into lefts and rights because we should. This warp is not actually going to be used for anything. I'm not going to be using it. It's mainly for organizing. So we're going to separate these into lefts and rights because we actually do need that. Right. There we go. That's one eye. We're going to call this IRXY because it is going to rotate with the head. So I'm just labeling it like that. Forgot to have it on level 2 editing. And do the same thing with the left eye. IL X Y. That must was good. No, I'm doing good. Just creating models. That's the thing I love doing. I'm so excited to see this get into its good parts. The mesh deformers are good, and I love putting them on, but afterwards, everything just snowballs. Everything goes so much faster. Got the main pieces organized for the head. I'm going to leave the body for a little bit later. For now, I'm going to focus on the head. Eye pieces all set. Okay. I think I'll leave the mouth for a little bit, so I'm going to turn off the mouth again. Also turn off the expressions because I don't need those right now. Don't know, I'll keep them on because I do actually need them. Got that's turned off. Skirt. Head. Here we go. Ooh, okay, here's the fun one. We're going to turn these off temporarily. We're going to turn off these side bangs so that you can get a better view of the earrings. So turning them off in here doesn't actually remove them, it just means it's not visible. So here's how you can do a little bit of movement with your earrings. First off, you need rotation points. So we're going to select, I have them labeled 1A and 1B. The 1A, we're going to call this Z. 1AZ, or Z, whatever you call it. Just because if I tilt my head side to side, my earrings also go with gravity. That is angle Z. So I need one for angle Z, I need one for physics for Y and Z. It's a lot. I also need ones for the ear rotation. So we're gonna go with Z first. Z? Z? I don't know anymore. I don't remember school. We want a Z on top, and then we're going to create another one. We're gonna call it 1A rotation. We're actually gonna call this Z2. Then we're gonna create another one called earring 1A physics. Great. Okay, and now I have to make them point in the right direction. Jummy, I love the eyes so much. It's too cute. Thank you. Ah, thanks, Jum. What's Zed? An artist. Is Zed still alive, or did... No, Avicii died. If I remember correctly. Avicii died, but Zed's still alive. I think. I know one of them died. Right, so we need to go to 1A. So we're going to move it where we want it to be. There. So now we have that. Excellent. Okay. Now we're going to go to 1B. We only need 1B physics, if I remember correctly. We're going to call this earring 1B physics. because 1B is attached to 1A, so we don't need to worry about those physics too much. Move this into the right position. It's going to rotate. Let's make it rotate here. That's probably where it would rotate. Nope, a little too much that way. There we go. Okay. There we go. That's the one. Here. Here. There we go. And that's how you set up one earring. Now I have to do this 2 more times, but with more pieces. So. Honey, you're killing off random artists, I see. Listen, listen. I do not control the die. Power Rangers has Rita escaped. And Throbbing Williams, thank you for the 100 shinies. That's a great name. That's a good name. Are you able to specify the weight of the parts affected by the physics? Yes, you can choose how, what kind of physics are going to be put on different pieces when they are set with parameters, but you have to set the parameters first. So let's actually do an example of this. I'm gonna put this in the physics folder. New parameter, we're gonna call it earring 1AZ. Earring. Ah, shoot. That. Let's keep it at -30 and 30. No, wait, they only need to be at 1. Aha! Edit parameter. -1. 1. There we go. Okay, so we're going to, for 1AZ, we're going to move this up so I can see. Set the parameters. The middle one, when you set 3, is resting position. So for the toggles, you only need 2. Just turn them on and off. However, if there is a rest position, meaning something sitting straight, you need 3. The middle one is where your rest position is. So my face, my directions, my hair, my earrings, this is them at 0, middle. However, if I move them, they are moving left or right of the parameter. And you'd be like, I do not control the speed at which artists die, because I don't. Are you using the free version? No, I am using... the free version has some limitations to it. There's a couple things you cannot add with the free version, but it is still very usable to make your own model with it. Very, very good still. I have the full version. I use this for work. Rigging homework, to be honest, I do that. Yep. This is a good thing to do. So, for Z, if we go this way, we are literally just gonna rotate this. Come on. This way. That's about as far as I'd want it going. I'd probably want it, so that's an 80-degree angle. So I'm just gonna put -80. The other one? Or not. Yeah, there we go. Probably a little less. Let's put it at 50. That's as far as I'd want it going. That means you now have the basics of earring physics. And then, if you want to, you will create a second. Earring 1B is, yeah, I'd call it physics. Physics. Go. Then we're going to select the 1B physics, set the parameters all the way over there. Now rotate it. So now you will have 2 physics going on it. You will have the lefts and rights of the full thing. Probably can't see it very well past my hand, my apologies. But you will have the lefts and rights. And then on top of the lefts and rights, you will have the bottoms swinging. So you will have 2 levels of physics on this one earring. And now I have to do more of those because these are 3 pieces. And I have to do this for these 2. Rigging is a lot of work, but it's fun. Physics, physics, physics. Hope you're writing all this down. All in my brain. Also, if you find that you're like, for example, like all these lines aren't quite lining up, you can literally just go here, reset to default values, and it'll put everything into the center of where they should be. Center or 0. Son. Z is a good way to name this. I'm stealing that. No more naming parameters jiggle or swingy. I actually have different ones. So not only do I have Z, but for cloth, I have about 4 different physics parameters for one piece. I have the X movement, the Y movement, the flare, the puff, and then any extra movement that is necessary, like the, for example, there's another one. There's flare, puff, and sway. So sometimes pieces have 5 pieces of physics on them if you want to get real fancy with the skirt. With this model currently, like the one I have on right now, I simplified it for time, but you can go hard. You can go real hard. Can't even draw a straight line, but as someone who has done some video editing, the rigging makes sense. It's just clip FX animation. We use the same terms, keyframes. Yeah, exactly. There is some overlap, very much so. Well, yeah, now I have to do it with all these. So if you want a reason why I set 3 of these, I will actually show you right now. Ooh, okay, this is gonna be the fun part. So first off, we're gonna go to angles. There's an angle Z parameter. So for angle Z, you're going to take the all the way up neck rotation. We're gonna set the parameters for it. I'm gonna move the angles up here so you can see a little better. Moving on up. Move it on up. There we go. So for the angles, for angle Z, same thing. They're already preset, thankfully, so it's very nice that they already have that. It goes from -30 to 30 at this. This is going to stay straight. However, when I turn it here, I'm going to change the angle to, let's say, this is pretty good. Let's put it at -10. -10 is pretty good. Then for the positive angle, we're going to put it at +10. So that's just for the neck. Then, on the same parameter, we're going to go to the head rotation for the angle Z, and then create keyframes again, and we're going to change the angle here to, let's do 20 will allow for more movement, so we'll keep it at 20. Same thing, +20 though. There we go. So now you have head back and forth. But yeah, that is how you do basic back and forth. Now, on top of that, we're gonna go to the earrings. So if you look now, when the earrings move, they don't really rotate with gravity. I really would like that because then it doesn't look as stiff. So I'm gonna go to the earrings. We're gonna go to 1A Z2 or Z2? Looks like 2-2. All right, so I did this. This one is reacting to actually X physics. Nope, right, that's not X physics. Right, okay, we're gonna put this at the top. Earrings. There's also a bit of a thing to consider is priority. So whatever is on top here will take priority over what is below. So I'm trying to decide if you look at my model right now, if the ear motion should come before the gravity motion. And I think, yeah, gravity should come first. So we're gonna put this at, I'll have to rename this in a sec. We're gonna put this here. And then when the head turns, we're going to rotate this as well. Rotate this so that it goes with the head. And there you go. Now, Oh, you can't see past my hand. Now you can see that the earring rotates with the head and is affected by gravity. So that's just for one earring. I have to do this 3 more times. Son, the UI and tools are the most intimidating part. The basics are easy once you get down the menus. Yes, very much so. Red Fox, I'm doing good. Hope you're doing good. I'm the only one here who has an allergy to tree nuts. Pine nuts? What kind of tree nuts are there? Also, Foxly Fox, thank you for the 100 shinies. Swiss, so it's an order, uses an order of operations. Yes, it does. You wouldn't think so, but it does a little bit. Hey, MRC Tracks. Yeah, I'm doing rigging work. Holy shit, that's so much more understandable. Yeah. It's gravity. So I will do the same thing for the, while I'm here, actually. This is a good time for me to do it with the hair rotations. Put them. There we go, side bangs. We're gonna put that as well. And now when I go over here, the side bangs will also rotate a little bit. I probably won't put them there. Maybe I'll just move this up. And over here. Here a little bit. And now if you look, when the head moves, the hair will also go with gravity. Yeah. Too bad I cut and paste some gravity parameters. Yeah, you can save some settings for physics, I know. But for gravity, no. You have to set this yourself. Hopping Hyena, thank you for the gifted sub. And Foxley Foe, thank you so much. The UI is terrifying to even look at, but when you break it down, it's actually not bad. Yeah, it's fairly simple. I say that as someone who's been working in it for a while, but it's way simpler than I expected. In fact, when you boot up the actual program, it provides you with very fast 2-minute long tutorials of what each parameter and piece and warp does. So if you're having a hard time finding tutorials, you can literally just get the program, open it up, and it'll be like, right, first thing, here are some tutorials. Like, I even have it on right now because sometimes I forget. I haven't turned them off. For those earrings, could you copy paste some of those same effects with similar earrings without working on each one individually in depth? Sorry if you already did, but watching on and off. No, it's okay. Yeah. You can copy earrings and their parameters. I haven't really played with it because if you copy and paste it, you're going to be copying the drawing itself and the rotations itself. So you can copy it to a different model, but it only really works if the model is already made and already exists with that, and you're just missing a piece and you don't want to do the work. I haven't tested it extensively because most of the models they make are like different every time. It won't copy the physics if I'm not mistaken though. So give it a shot though. Turn this back on. Patience. Tilting. Tilt it again. Just so I can look at face without laughing every time. I should probably turn these off. But yeah, so now we have some gravity affecting some of the earrings and hair. Pretty fun. I'll probably put this on the hat as well. So copying and pasting deformers is a pain, to be honest. If you move it, it doesn't move the deformer. It counts as a keyframe and a new point. The other keyframes will be at the original point. Yeah, it's a lot of work. It's almost easier just to redo it. It's faster even. But yeah, you're more than welcome to give it a shot. Default. Let's see. I think next up, Do the ears. I can show y'all how I do the ears real quick. Actually, really quickly, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna make a parameter that removes the hat. So that way I can see what I'm doing with the hair. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do something a little bit different. I'm not just gonna be making it fade out, I'm also gonna make it move. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to take all the hat pieces, select them all, keyframe them, and then when I click on this, it will go to 0. So, I'm missing one piece. There we go, the under hat. Oh, is it not part of the hat? Oh, I just didn't select it. There we go. Key that to 0. Vertiger, thank you for the resub. Welcome back. Happy 10 months. And Yukihana Draws, thank you so much for the raid. Welcome, raiders. We're just vibing and doing some Live2D rigging. Hope you had a good stream. How'd it go? Also, Jasper, thank you for that redeem. I'll do that in a moment. Icy hot Were y'all doing some stuff with Icy Hot? Oh, you're playing some Elden Ring. Oh, okay. What's your opinion on PB&J? Classic. It's a classic. Oni wasn't bullied? No? No? Y'all didn't bully the Oni? I would hope not. But yeah, I'm also going to grab the hat XY, attach it here, have it move up. So, when I move the toggle, hat comes on. Yep. Ta-da! Magic trick. Oni's on fire and I'm ice. Ah, I see. Son, the hat from nowhere. I love it. I love the hat from nowhere. It looks so good. Yeah, this allows me to see what I'm rigging a little bit better, so I figured I might as well do that first. Now I've got the head rotations. And the earrings tilt a little bit with it for one of them. Ta-da! I need to move this over a little bit. There we go. Ah yes, Elden Ring. Almost getting to the end of the game, we hope. Also worked on some art in the morning. Nice! I hope y'all had a fun time. Yeah, Elden Ring is such a long game. It's so long. I've been struggling to work up the motivation to stream it again, just because it's been a bit and I've forgotten where I am, and I'm just like, there's so much this game that everyone's probably already seen, and I'm just gonna get lost because my map awareness is real bad. Married couple, wild levels of wholesome. Nice, nice in the game. Hi, Chibi Gobbo in there. Just make the hat the entire model. That would actually be pretty cool. Iki, always do. We finally made it past the snow area into another area. Oh, okay. I have seen a little bit of clips. Is this Kulpa I'm listening to? Let me see. Yeah, it's Kulpa. Or Kupla. High Tide. Yeah. You're right. Good ear. I'm too scared to even touch Elden Ring, let alone stream it. That's fair. It's a very long game. Jasper, let me pull up the lyrics to the song real quick. I will pause this music real quick. Upula is how I pronounce it. Oh, okay. Didn't Harry Potter already have a hat VTuber? That was a Muppet. I'm pulling up the lyrics real quick. I'm torn between two songs. I think this one might be nice. It's a classic. Let me take a little sip real quick. I'm gonna sing Giant Woman. Oh, water's so nice. The cutest one? Yeah, Giant Woman's the cutest one. You can pick up Kupla's music because you listen to it a lot. Ah, got that lo-fi ear. Nice, nice. Alright. All I wanna do is see you turn into a giant woman, a giant woman. All I wanna be is someone who gets to see a giant woman. All I wanna do is help you turn into a giant woman, a giant woman. All I wanna be is someone who gets to see a giant woman. Oh, I know it'll be great, and I just can't wait to see the person you are together. If you give it a chance, you could do a huge dance because you are a giant woman. You might even like being together, and if you don't, it won't be forever. But if it were me, I'd really wanna be a giant woman, a giant woman. All I wanna do is see you turn into a giant woman. Jasper, thank you for the song redeem. Alright, let's get back to lo-fi. I have one arm, thank you for the resub. Welcome back. Happy Monday. And Grandpa Wiggly Dips. Welcome back. Oh, what people do with Icy Hot is their own business. That is true. It's none of my business. I was just curious. I was just curious what you do with Icy Hot. Oh. I have one arm. Happy to be back. Happy to have you back. Honey chat, it's been great, but I have my own complex project I'm working on, and I need to at least 1 hour of work before bed. Yeah, no worries, Aaron. Get some rest. I didn't think Giant Woman could get any cuter. Then I saw someone use it as a background music for I Came Out as Male to Female to my husband, who supported with me during my transition. And honestly, I'm even more in love. Oh, that's so cute. Oh. Yep, I can see how that'd be way cuter. Oh my gosh. Oh, so good. Are you saying Muppets aren't VTubers? I'm saying they are a genre of VTubers. They are definitely VTubers. They're just a different genre. They're closer to a flesh tuber than a 3D VTuber, but they're also 2D looking. So they're in their own category. I remember the Super Saiyan version of the song from Team 4-Star. I have not heard that. It's a Team 4-Star version of it? The Unlucky Fellow, thanks for the posture check. Yukihana, time for the sleeps. Have a good stream at night. And FleshTuber is such a weird word. Yeah. I agree, it's a very weird word. But thank you so much for the raid. I hope you had fun in Elden Ring. Thank you so much again. Also, chat, remember, Icy Hot is medication of the overuse of it can absorb too much active ingredients in the skin, especially through thin skin. Did not know that, honestly. One of my friends once was convinced by their older brother that Icy Hot went in your eyebrows. No. No. Who does that? Who did that? Muppets are VTubers for boomers. Dang it, you're right though. Anyways, we're doing right, browse. All right, let's go to the browse. I have to create a mesh for this real quick. Let's do a small deformation for this. Is the brow R Y. All I wanna be a Super Saiyan. It's hard to do. What is a flesh tuber? You know when people stream without an avatar? It's wild. I know. I don't get it either. But that's flesh tubing. Oh, gonna stretch again. That's the best way I can explain it. It's literally just the usual streamers. Would be safe to spread icy hot on toast. I can hear the sirens in the background. Calling for you already. A streamer with flesh. I return good, the goblin continues. I need something to soothe me after fixing that bug. Yeah, no worries, you're welcome in. But yeah, so this is the right brow. So we're gonna do this. So again, setting the 3 parameters. This is the downward. Just go straight down. Even if it goes too far down, that is okay, because a lot of the tracking, like I'm putting my eyebrows as low as I can and trying to open my eyes as wide as possible. They don't touch. Probably gonna put it a little higher though. Yeah, that's good. And up. And so for me, the way I rig my models is for the rotation here, I attach it to the brows. That is how I have some more control, because I blink way too much. A flickering blink wouldn't work for me. So we're literally just gonna, when the brow's down, rotate it this way. I'm gonna over rotate it. I think that looked cute. Put it at negative 130. There we go, that's better. And for the upward angle, we're gonna put it at too high. Put a little bit over. Break. Put it at negative 55. And now you can see that when I move my brow, so does the ear. Ta-da! It's the secret. No, it's not. I learned it from watching Ina. I was like, how does she do it? Oh, eyebrows. Makes sense. You know the song Lost Boy? The one by Billie Eilish? Or the one that's like I am a lost boy from Neverland, always running around with Peter Pan. I have one arm. How did you almost get kicked out of a Walmart? That's really hard to do. Flesh tubing sounds like something from a Cronenberg movie. It does. It does. Update on the drawing. I'm making good progress on the sketch layer. Nice. I'm glad. That was a good feeling when you're making good progress. All right, so while we're here, though, we're gonna go to the earrings. That one's been done. That one's been done. This one, we're going to attach it to the brow. So that when the brow and ear goes down, so does it. So now, so many levels to the earrings, I swear. There we go. Now you can see it rotate with gravity as the ear goes down, as well as when it moves like this. Ta-da! Now you have earrings that are affected by gravity and the ear movement. Gotta feed my hands, be right back. Have fun! Speaking of updates, I got the script for your lines ready for my game and currently is set to be in a general store. Nice, I wonder who's gonna be voicing me. How do you make your animated avatar? I am currently making one right now. I make it in Live2D and Clip Studio Paint. Reset default parameters, put the hat back off. Long story short, where I don't have left forearm, I had a Walmart floor manager dead convinced I had my arm stuck inside a soda machine for 20 minutes. That's too good. That's too good. That's so smart. I thought it was hilarious. My mom and floor manager did not. They need to grow a sense of humor. My gosh. That's so good. I love it. I absolutely love it. That ban, worth it. Congratulations. You won. You won the Walmart ban. Fireball, thank you for the breathe routine. This is actually gravity or animation. It stands to reason that one would create limits for the angles and the software would process the rest. The software can create the physics, but I create the limits and what is affected by the physics. So for the earrings, I choose that they are affected by gravity, as well as affected by the motion of the ears. Ta-da! I love doing small stuff like this. It adds so much little detail. Take that back up. Psh. Psh. Go away, hat. I'll do you later. Get snack at least. Your snack at least? Ooh, snack. I had two big old burritos before I streamed, so I'm good. I meant to have earrings on my model, but I kept forgetting to draw them, and I just made my ears twitch so nicely, and the earring is small, but I do really want to go back and redo it. That's the real question. I'm a sucker for jewelry, like small detailed jewelry, so that's on you. I would go back because it'd be fun. For example, I just realized I forgot the little clip on top of the ear. Will I go back for it? Possibly. That's actually really easy to add on. I'll just put it inside the ear mesh. But stuff like this, it's hard to forget because there's so much work that goes into it. Truly, who among us has not desired to be banned from Walmart? If you're going to be banned from Walmart, I want it to be for the most non-harmful reason possible. Like, no harassing anybody, no being loud. Just be not adding more work, like knocking things off shelves. I have one arm, got it right. That is the funniest way to get banned from a Walmart. I love it. Is there any chance where I could ask for commissions for chance? There's an amazing, these are amazing, and I've recently been making an army of different combos, and I love yours so much. Thank you. I will be opening limited slots end of June. This week I am finalizing the website. I've finalized the prices, and now I'm finalizing the website so that it's easy for everyone to see how I price everything, so that if you have a budget and I'm not quite within your budget, you can see where you can shave off certain things in certain models. Oh, I see you're using the tilt of the ears and the head to make to see what the angles need to be. My stick. Yeah. No worries. No harm in asking. All right, now do I do this again for the other earrings? Do y'all need to see the other earrings? Or should I do that off stream? Because that is a bit time consuming. Maybe instead I will show you how to add meshes to the eyes. That's always a fun one. Okay, so for the meshes to the eyes, we are going to open up all of the expressions we need. For example, we're going to turn on the heart eyes, sparkles, and those are the only ones inside of the eyes. So these, I want to treat these like pupils. Actually, no, I would want to treat these like irises. That's way better. Because it's simple. It might deform too much if I put them into the pupil mesh. Because it's so simplified. So we're going to take this, the sparkle, and the heart, and the iris. And we're going to make these into one warp called the Iris RX. Yeah, we're gonna call this Iris R, and then we're going to on top of it. Just kidding. XY is on the bottom. Continuous creation on top of it. Iris R. We're having two. So the reason we have two, I will go back to the basic screen so that y'all can see really easily. When you look at my model, you can see on the eyes, we're getting close. We're getting close up. It's a 4K model. Actually, no, this is an 8K model. So if you look at the eyes here, when you see them rotate, you can see the pupils rotate as well as the eye shape. little harder to see, but I'm trying to make it as clear as possible. So there's a little bit of deformation in them. So the XY mesh warp allows for rotation in the head. So when the head rotates, the angle of the eyes rotate. So there's 3 to 4 parameters. There is the concave rotation, which is the XY, and then there is the looking left, right, and up rotation. And sometimes people like to add extra ones for physics. So you know how you've seen like really jiggly eyes, where like when someone blinks, their eyes like wibble and wobble around, and it's really cool and fun. I figured for me it wouldn't really make sense, seeing as how small my eyes are. You wouldn't notice anything. It might look a little bit funny actually. But for other models with bigger eyes, you can add some really fun physics to them. In the meantime, let's go back. There we go. Some of you seem tired? Not really. I'm just very calm in general. Your art is very beautiful. How long have you been drawing? Since I was in grade 3, I'm pretty sure it was. 10. Pretty sure I could get banned from a Walmart with it, because that is another good way to get banned. I got banned from a local shopping center because I knew how to jailbreak the coin lock shopping trolleys to get the coins out. I'd bend the chain out of shape and unlock each cart with its own key. Made about $16 before they saw me. Onyx! I cannot believe. I'm also a little bit impressed. Is it possible for the pupils to change in size in a base model, like using an exaggerated eye motion to toggle someone being shocked? So yeah, for my eyes, if you look, when I open my eyes really wide, the pupils get small. Close them, they get small, or bigger. But like, small eyes? Regular. It's very, very subtle. But it helps to emphasize the shock. It is very much possible. You would just have to do it in the eye parameters. So meaning when you have your eyes wide open, then you can have the irises shrink a little bit. I'm gonna go to the iris R XY. What I'm also gonna do is add another one. Iris R size. So this is for if I want to shrink the eyes. You have to create a separate warp deformer for this. Anytime you're like, hey, should I create a separate warp deformer because it does something different? Yes, you probably should. So I have one warp deformer for the eye size change. I have one for the looking around. And I have one for the rotation of the eye as the head turns. Those are the main 3 you'd want. You can add more, like for physics, if you'd want, you can add like 2 more, one for stretching physics, one for squashing physics. I'm trying to keep this just as simple as I possibly can. We got a normal honey, chibi honey, when we getting a buff giga honey. Maybe after the new models. No guarantees. Have you ever thought about editing music? I've thought about it. I know nothing about editing music. I wanted to record music, but I just don't know how to go about it. Hey, Viporion! Hey! Welcome back! How you doing? Happy half year. Half year already with an awesome goblin. Also, quick question. Are you able to add physics to your necklace for it to sway softly with your movements? Yes, very much so. Yeah, you can totally do that. I do that for this model currently. Just a little bit of physics. Just a little bit of wibbly wobbly physics. But yeah, you can totally do that. Similar to the earrings, which move with the ears, you can have this move back and forth with the body. Captain Boom, thank you so much for the prime. Welcome in. Hope you're doing good. Gary, how's it going? I love the shiny eyes. They're so much fun. But yeah, now, if you look closely, it's the brow. Here we go. Now we have the iris. We can move it around. It moves separately from the pupil. One thing I do have to consider... no, I actually won't. I'll leave that not attached to the eye. More chat. Hey, Pumpy, how's it going? Always love watching Honey do Live2D. Pumpy, I'm so impressed with your models. Like, They look so good. The rotation you have with the hair pieces in your model, so clean. They're so good. And the mouth you did with V Bridger, oh, top notch. I love the little sleeves over your hands. That's so good. I got banned from a Target for wearing an Egg hoodie. Understandable. Yeah, also, yeah, in case y'all want to see another VTuber who is very, very cool, also makes models, Pampino is a very, very cool scarecrow VTuber, so check them out. Hey, Zerillos, how's it going? Need to see the creative process behind animation? Yeah, I love doing it. It's fascinating to me, personally. I love looking at it. Would this be called animation? I think it's not quite animation. Iris L size. That's not how you spell size. That's 6. That's the number 4. All right, honey. Yep, we can spell. We can spell. It's L size X, Y. There we go. Whew. All right. So you see all these little boxes? These are the mesh warps. It gives you an idea of where they are. Sometimes you see models with mesh warps everywhere. It just means the model's more complex. Hey, Golden Foxy, how's it going? It's rigging, which is part of animation, kinda. I guess so. We'll call this rigging, which is step before animation. Yeah, I guess, because the animation comes from the face tracking that you have for a model. So many mesh warps. Oh my gosh, Gary, yeah, you can get so wild with mesh warps. All right, so let's do one that's fairly simple to do, but is actually a nice one to teach you just how to set up something for potential physics. I feel like after that, that's a pretty good place to end it, so you can kind of see how things go. Sino Penumbra, thank you so much for the resub. Welcome back. Happy 7 months. Let's see. So we're going to show you how I do hair. So one thing to keep in mind, Jasper, thank you for the hydrate. I'll take a little sip first. I have to open my bottle. Sorry for the metal sounds. One sec. All right, I'm out of water. I'll have to grab more if there's another hydrate. Ninon, it's getting late, so gonna call it a night. It was fun hanging out. Wish you luck on your model. Thanks, Ninon. Take it easy. Yeah, so with the hairpiece, we're also going to select the shade for it. So you can see how there's the front bangs and the shade underneath it. We're going to keep these together so that if the front bang moves, the shade moves exactly the same. You can put it on delay if you want. I find it's simpler, especially for beginners, to just keep the shade moving with the hair. We're gonna create a mesh warp. First, we're gonna create one that is, I had to label these. So this one is called front bangs. Front bangs X. Create another one, front bangs Y. Create another one. Front bangs XY. So here's how I'm going to explain this. So the front bangs, I'm going to, where did they go? There we go, front bangs. So the bang X, this is for physics. It is for the X movement. So when I move my hair back and forth, it moves back and forth. So this is for the motion like this. So this kind of motion, and this kind of motion. You're moving side to side. Front bangs Y is a completely separate parameter. I keep it separate so that I can control a bit more of how it moves. So on a separate parameter, I will have the, the squish and squash of bangs. And this way the shade and the hair stick together. Now the XY, which is the top one, is for the actual head movement. So if my head looks left, or left, This is for the hair move. It's for the motions that the heads have. It also is for the up and down. So what you're going to do is you're going to have the top mesh be the XY motion for the head motions. One below it is for the Y physics, and then the one below that is for the X physics. You can interchange those last two, but they have to be below the hierarchy, below the XY in the hierarchy. Garrett, I have a bad social anxiety, so when I'm thinking about you outside the stream, it's all, I'm so annoying, I'm gonna make her uncomfortable. But the second I actually start talking to you in streams and Discord, my mind is like, nah, it's cool. Yeah, I don't mind. Like, it's, I do appreciate the pause and the, am I going to be bothering this person before I message them? Because that just shows a little bit of self-awareness, and that's good. I've kind of got a similar thing where I actually didn't reach out to Jummy for months. Because I was like, oh no, Jummy's so cool. I don't want to bother Jummy. I'm sure she's super, super busy. And plus she's so intimidated because she's so cool and funny. Turns out we were both doing the exact same thing. And then this guy was like, you two, I'm just going to put you in a room and make you talk to each other. And then we did. And it was great. And I'm so glad. Jummy's cool. Jummy's so cool, Gary. You're cool too, Gary. Gary's so chill. Alright, let's see. Let's do that with the their bangs too. One is called front bangs 2R. And 2R X. Continuously create 2R Y. Create and R X Y. There we go. And that's for that bang. Son, you're cool too. Don't try to just tell us we're cool. You're cool too. As for everyone in the VTuber community is just sitting there like, no, I can't be friends. They're too cool. Honestly, the fair. I feel like no matter what size you get to, you're always going to be really, really anxious interacting with people. Because, like, VTubers are usually, not always, people who are very anxious people. Not always, but it seems like almost every VTuber is a little bit anxious. Do you make art for more recreational entertainment purposes, or do you also make art for work? Both! I actually went to school for art, and I basically do it for a job now. I get to do it for work and for fun. It started out as for fun, but then turned out I could do it for work, and I'm very fortunate. Front bangs 2L X. And front bangs 2L Y. XY. Ooh. I love the clean naming conventions you can do in this. 2 parts. Ooh, my bad. I missed it. So do you have to keep hair like tied up when using avatar like this? Like so it doesn't interfere with motion tracking? Not always. You can definitely keep it down. The only time where it might interfere is if you have very thick hair that covers your eyes. Anything that covers your eyes, nose, mouth, and potentially your jawline and brows. So like any basic facial feature, it will be harder to track if they are covered. So usually, like, yeah, if you have bangs, you probably have to tie them up if you want to catch what your eyebrows are doing. Parts with messy textures still warp and deform well. Depends on how you cut them. They can. Textures you have to build your meshes with a lot more consideration. Yeah, you have to think about your meshes a lot more. You have to plan out in the drawing stage how your rotations will deform. So if a lot of anime models, you'll notice that their hair is very symmetrical and it covers a lot of the side of their face because it allows for much cleaner rotations. However, I have messy hair. So I had to plan my hair accordingly so that it would rotate cleanly. So it is definitely doable. You just have to consider, if I move something, will a piece underneath show? Or if I don't move this, will it look awkward? Albedo, gotta get some sleep before work tomorrow. Good night. Hey Zatra, how's it going? I mean, TBF, we're both the weebs wanting to be fantasy creatures and the anxious people not wanting to show their faces. Yeah, I never wanted to be judged for what I look like. So, I mean, to a certain extent, my art is what I look like. But I wanted to be judged for my skills. And so VTubing really appealed to me that way, because not only was the tech just interesting, it was the idea that someone couldn't look at me and go, oh, she's popular because she looks this way, or she's not popular because she doesn't look hot enough or anything. I didn't want to have to worry about that. So it allows me some freedom to have people come in for the content, just purely the content. And I like that more, because you actually get to know a person a bit more. Let's see, Warp Deformer of Sidebang 3L. L. X. Y. Y. And there we go. Wonder what a beard will affect that. So actually, yes. However, I have learned that there are some softwares that do help to get around the issue of if you have a beard. So VTube Studio, just as a phone tracking app, is pretty good. It's pretty accurate. However, 3D tracking apps seem to be better at tracking people's faces who have beards. It's about the same price for tech-wise. You just have to make sure your model is rigged for it. So for a 3D model, you'll probably find a little bit more success in lip sync than a a VTube Studio model. It's pretty cool working for a company or more solo commissions type. Solo commissions. Like, I am an independent. I get my commissions from people who want to be VTubers. And other VTubers, honestly. It's cool. Cosmic Fae, I'm hella anxious too. That mean I'm a VTuber? You could be. If you wanted to, you could. Alright, I've done these front bangs. This one. Side bang. Do this one. Side bang 3R. Woo! X. A does not need to be capitaled there. And Goblin, the eternal bedhead. Honestly, yeah. My bedhead is constantly there. Got it from my dad. Sienna is the coolest that gets art for work. My art is just the fan art and I'm great at it. Nah. Everyone starts out kind of not great at art. It's how much work you put into it and how much time you're willing to sacrifice to put into honing a skill that is difficult. Everyone kind of sucks at something when they started it. And that's good. It means you're gonna learn. You will only get better. Shemette, thank you for the posture check. I did character design as a part of my games design course in university. I wasn't great at it, but I had fun. That's good, yeah. How long do you plan on stream for? Probably another 10-ish minutes. I want to finish labeling the hair. And then next stream, we can get to the... I'll tell you what, I will do the earrings off stream just because they take like 20 minutes just to make sure that I have labeled them properly and I'm using them on the right parameters. But next stream, I'm thinking of getting to the face rigging. Just want to get to the hair pieces first. The way I saw and how to deal with texture was way Kimrai's original model, where the texture was essentially static and the face was plain base layer that just masked the textures under it on rotation. Yeah, there's a bunch of different techniques to do it. Jeez, Vaporeon! thank you for the 10 gifted subs. My gosh. Thank you so much. Guys, I clicked because you were a goblin making more goblins. Yep, that's fair. Also, if your physical form doesn't match your identity, you can draw yourself how you want to be. Very much so. It's a way to represent yourself how you would like to be seen and how you would like to look. So for some people, it's actually really good for, like, especially for trans people. It's very, I've heard different things, but like it's very gender affirming, and also it's like wearing what they feel they should look like, some of them. That's really cool. I'm here for the meatball subs. Where's my meatball subs? Ooh, I love meatball subs. I got meatballs in the fridge, actually. I should make some meatball subs tomorrow. I like to be visually anonymous on the interwebs, and I'm trying to make an avatar, but the laziness keeps kicking in. That's fair, and sometimes that happens. Tiberius Rex, thank you for the resub. Happy 4 months. And Reldrin, thank you for the breathe redeem. Whew. Y. XY. There we go. Now it's created for that back piece. Jeez. Wick, thank you for the resub with Prime. Welcome back. Hello, everyone. Hello to you, too. Hail the meatball. Ooh, meatball subs, my favorite. I want to be a VTuber, but I suck at rigging and modeling, and I'm only okay at voice acting and drawing. I think that's totally fine. I feel like people who are afraid to start VTubing because they're like, oh, I don't have any talents, or oh, I won't get an audience. It's like, well, if that's what you're looking for in the experience, then maybe, yeah, that might not be great for your self-confidence. But if you just want to exist in a virtual space as a character that you feel represents yourself or you want to be seen as, then I say go for it. You don't even have to stream if you don't want to. You can just create like videos, or you can just exist like on Discord with your model. It's cool. Instead of like a face cam, you use your model. Cotton Lupany, thank you for the resub. Welcome back and happy 10 months. And Swisscord, thank you for the prime. Thank you. Question, are meatballs mini meatloafs? No, I was gonna say no, but I think you're right. I think they are. I think they are. Genetically inherited Bennett. You jest, but I actually I got some of my dad's hair, and it's a bit unruly. It's not bad, but it's just funny. It's just like my family members are very much like, ah, yep, that's from our side of the family, and I'm like, yep, I know. Everyone in my family has it, except for my siblings. I'm working slowly on my first 3D VTuber model. I'm loving all the tips. Thanks, honey. Of course. I'm glad it's working out for you. 3D models are rough. I have no idea how to do them. So congrats on you for getting to those. Back, up, there, X. Capital. There you go. What? Yep. Gosh, there's so many hair pieces. Frostbear, good night. Thank you for the chill stream. It helped me defrag after work. Yeah, no worries. Thank you so much for coming over. I'm glad I could help you chill for a little bit. You know, yet a sacrificial ritual is necessary to be an artist. That's how we get our powers. Speak of that ritual, only artists are supposed to know of that ritual, Pumpy, as you would know. It's the mystique of being an artist, having images flow into your brain and then go out onto the page. Goblins tend to have wider faces than typical humans, and I would imagine that you might secretly be human. So do you have to worry about it looking kind of stretched if you're just getting into it? Not really, nah. You don't have to worry about it looking stretched. So what some people might not understand is that the model does not have to look like your face for it to be tracked well. It's very much, if you rig it, it will track properly. Blood Asp. Have a great night. Always a treat to vibe and chill with you. Thank you, Blood Asp. It's a rest. Cosmic Fake Queen. Yeah, from a trans perspective, it looks really affirming, but just need to work on the voice. It's fair. It might help, though. I may have broken honey. Now she's thinking about meatball subs. I am thinking about meatball subs. They sound good. I'm just going through chat. I fell behind, and I want to make sure I'm not missing any important questions. Honey offering them deep, helpful words of wisdom. I do my best. Not all of my words are wise, but I try. I've always valued virtual anonymity because I'm a lot younger than most people think, but I like making friends with people older than me, so I like showing up someone who I am before them judging me on an age or appearance. That is, yeah. I mean, like, you get into an iffy gray area of, like, if you are a minor, you probably should not be talking to adults that much older than you, just for safety reasons and for them involved as well. But like, if it is in a very, very much like, we're just here to talk about Marvel movies, that seems okay to me. I am fortunate that my parents kept me away from the internet until I was almost an adult. Kept me away from the internet. I never joined any chat rooms because I was so afraid. Because my parents were paranoid as well. They were like, we don't know how to control this because this is such a new thing. And so for the most part, I didn't spend time in chat rooms or anything. I just went on like Tumblr and like Twitter and just like looked at art. It was fun. I like it. It kind of helped me find more artists. Cam, thank you for the 2 gifted subs. So much. 2. Y. XY. There we go. That's almost all the hair pieces. My friend once told me if a Pop-Tart is not a ravioli, then a ravioli is not a ravioli. Pop-Tarts are just sweet ravioli. I don't know what to tell you. Onyx. My hair is a fun combo of both my parents' hair. My mother's hair is curly, while my father's is straight, which led to hair-forming long, flowy ringlets. Nice. And Doomsday Paladin. Thank you so much for the earwiggles. How else are you supposed to meet new people? Yeah, it's a tough situation. I don't even have the answer, honestly. The internet is absolutely not for kids. Yeah, I don't even know. Like, I don't know. I was fortunate that, like, while I was a kid, the internet was kind of just starting to barely be a thing. But like, I don't even know. I don't know anymore how you could get to start with it. Like what age you should be exposed to online chat rooms, in fact. Up here. Even now, I don't really go there just because it says talking to strangers is very, very scary. My parents were very good at training me to have a fear of strangers, so much so that I became a socially anxious person, so it kind of worked too well. Alright, I think that's almost all the hair pieces. Yep, okay, so we're going to collect all these. And we're going to put them into one folder. Just for organization purposes. Actually, no, there is something that I can use that for. But for now. So now if I take this... I missed the back hair. Okay. I'm cis, but I've spent a lot of time thinking about voice changing systems for online communications. Wish I had more thoughts, but the audio is hard to code. Yeah, I have no idea. I know very little about voice mods, honestly. I only watched YouTube and stuff online as a kid. Same. I would find ripped episodes of, like, Phineas and Ferb and Adventure Time. Meanwhile, talking to strangers is basically required to be an adult. Yeah! Oh my gosh, yeah. So ingrained social anxiety gang, let's go! We're afraid of everything! And your parents do it for your safety, but it works a little too well. Now they can't get you to leave the house. Because you're afraid of people. My future children will only be allowed on the internet if they can defeat me in unarmed death combat. So over your dead body. Gotcha. As 90s kids, best just never talk about any details of yourself IRL. Yeah, just generally, even if you think you're in a safe space, until you know for sure, it's just best to keep your personal information to yourself. And be very wary of who you're talking to online. Cam! Thank you for the 5 gifted subs, Cam. Oh my gosh. And Demon of Song, thank you for the 500 shinies. Y'all are keeping this hype train going. Oh my gosh. An honored tradition of D&D games is adopting a goblin. Can confirm. Yes. I was DMing a campaign. They adopted one whose sole purpose was to be head patted and protected. Me as the cruel DM had it kidnapped. Didn't go over well for me. Understandable. Yep, understandable. I can definitely see where that would go wrong. Thank you so much for the level 5 hype train. Oh my gosh. Y'all are too generous. Thank you. Thank you so much. All right, let's see. I think I did all the hair pieces. So instead of doing X and Y for these lovely pieces of hair, I'm going to do skinning. So I'm going to show you how to do skinning. Not now, but in the future. So in case you're wondering why I haven't done it here. I'm trying to think of any of the pieces I missed. Nope. So if I go to the top hair, it should be... Nope. Oh, because I didn't put it inside. That's on me. Get inside there. Yeah, there we go. Now, justice would include hair here. Bald. I love it. All right, we're gonna add toggle for that. Bald toggle? Yes. Bald, my eyes! I love the SpongeBob movie so much. I didn't like it as a kid, but as an adult, I'm like, oh my gosh. This is genius. This is so good. Young me didn't know what she was talking about. Alright. We are going to put that there. Oh. Wah. Then we're going to play with the opacity, so we're going to grab all the pieces of the hair. Missing the bang. I think that's all of them. All right, cool. And 0 opacity. So now, let me just put this down here so you can very clearly see it. Sure, I'll put it in the body for now. Just. I love it. Oh, I forgot. I have a thing just for this. I have it. It's. This is me with no. This is how I choose to be seen. Greetings and ham it up. And I Sith ever make cosplay. Oh, I'm called Queen. I thought about shaving my head at one point. I shaved my sides instead. Thankfully I did, because like a couple months later my cousin's wedding was happening and I was like, I cannot be the one the one bald bridesmaid at my cousin's wedding. They're a little more religious than I am. Well, a little more. They are religious. So I was like, that might not look quite the way they would like. in the photos, so maybe I'll start to grow my hair back. Blackblood, thank you for the resub. Happy 5 months. Welcome back. Oh man. Then how is hat plus bald? Look at it. Look at it. Oh, it's cute. If I just quickly grab the hat. Hat. Yes! And then I put it over here. Put it on the bald parameter. Hair is off. Hat goes lower. Yeah! Oh, that's cute. But if I have hat back off. Quick draw fishing could grab it on the hair when it goes. But if I add the hair back on, it goes a little higher. You see? You see? It all work out. It all work out. So you can have multiple things attached to multiple parameters. However, keep in mind, they are kind of locked in, if that makes sense. Probably doesn't, so let me try to explain it. So if I have bald toggle on, sorry, the hat toggle off just regularly, see like this. If I have the bald toggle, the hair goes up. But if I put the hat toggle back on because of the way I've set it, it goes a little lower than it would if there were hair. So if I put the hair back on, the hat goes back up to compensate. But yeah, the fun magic of Live2D rigging. Oh, you really are, baby. Yes, all I need is sunglasses. I'll just be Grogu. Jay, thank you for the 100 shinies. This is for you. Keep being cool and cute, wonderful stuff, and know you're loved. Thank you, y'all. Thank you so much. You know, honestly, hair products cost so much. It's better this way. This is a cost-saving measure. We need to make sure we are saving money for any upgrades we would need. So the hair gotta go. I'm sorry. Sud slaps on his bald dome. This goblin can fit so many fun facts. Just look at all the brain cells she don't got. So much space in this one. Bald in the eyes of God? Can we get a bald honey redeem? Oh, I'm counting on it. Oh, I'm counting on it with this one. I love it. I love it so much. MM Overlord, thank you for the prime. Welcome in. You came at a good time. Being green and bald kind of reminds me of that villain from Superman, the computer one. Ooh, oh, the one who's just a skeleton, where he's like, he meets with the guy and the guy's like, you killed my father. Okay, but who are you? Well, you murdered my father. Do you have the slightest idea how little that narrows it down? I'm just like, that's the writing in the Superman show was really good. I watched so little of it, but the memes are so good. Gonna take a break on the art piece. Would you like to do progress so far? I wouldn't mind. You can also share it in the artisans table. Share with the class. See how far that you've come. Show everyone how far you've come. I call shenanigans. You could just magic your hair back. Indeed, indeed. It's true. It's true. I will take the hat off though, just to double check that I've rigged everything. Let's see. I'll do the ears just because I already have it set up. Oh. I'm gonna put that here. Match this up real quick. Straight down. A little lower. Yeah, that'll do. Then for the L rotation. There we go. So we put that at about here. I'm just gonna guess it for speed. Lower. Yeah, that'll do. Honey slaps top of Honey's shiny bald head. This baby can fit so many kind thoughts. Thanks. Bald Honey, the result of Honey doing 100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups, and 100 squat thrusts and 10K runs every day. Listen, Saitama, he's strong. I want to do that routine, except I love sleeping way too much. I love art way too much. That's just, those are very inactive things. I have to force myself to get on that treadmill. Honey sees herself in the program. She's filled with determination. All right, let me do the up angles real quick. Go up here, select. There we go. Easy way to find the brow. All the way up here. Then for L rotation, put it up here. A little bit up. There we go. Now, brow motions are set. Well, not all of them. This is just the up and down motion. There's also brow X, brow angle, brow form. There's a lot of brow parameters. I don't use brow X very much, just because I don't understand it. Your eyebrows don't move left and right to your face. They move when your face moves. I've yet to see how to use those. But this is how I do the ear wiggles. Go, be free. Fly away with those ears. And I can't stop thinking that your art is really good and cute. Thank you, Joker. I'm glad you like it. So, next stream, we'll be going over, we're gonna go over eyes, because that's a fun one to do. This is when the rigging gets kind of fun. And then we're gonna, hopefully, if I have time after doing the eyes, get to the mouth. The mouth is a more difficult one to do, but I'm going to be rigging it for, excuse me. I'm going to rig a VTube Studio mouth, not a V-Bridger mouth. So the V-Bridger mouth is the one I currently have on this model. VTube Studio is a little bit easier to do. There's less parameters to it, and it's a little bit more beginner friendly. V-Bridger is much more complex. Charity Goblin, hey Ruby, how's it going? Thank you for the posture check. Humpy, I think that's more for animations, I'm assuming, than VTuber mode. Yeah, that was kind of what I was thinking. But like, yeah, you're probably right, Pumpy. Oh, my neck. Keeps cracking. Oh. I think X will be furrowing towards each other. I think that's form. Or angle. There's still some diagonal movement. Sometimes, but the tracking is interesting because I don't think any cameras track your eyebrows going left and right, just up and down. I don't think anyone can move their eyebrows right. Put a treadmill in front of the bed, run run if you want your sleep. Easy peasy. Easy peasy, you'll just have to get a treadmill and run it at the middle of night. I'm sure Cove won't mind the running sounds. Kamikaze Pigeon. Hello, I've never watched one of your streams before, but my GF was considering being a Goblin VTuber as well, and I figured I'd stop by to see what VTubing as a Goblin was all about. Yeah, it's fun. Even if you're not a Goblin, VTubing generally is just pretty fun. It's a banner, so I put it in that channel. Check it out. Thank you. V-Bridger is a big ask for showing on stream. Yeah, it's much more different, and there's so many more parameters and so many more like different limitations to it. I figure if you want a simple mouth, I can definitely show you how to do that. Try to make a simple mouth that's fairly accurate, as well as add in some fun little like mouth wiggles or tongue stick outs. Because that you can do fairly simply with VTube Studio's parameters. Son, cameras won't track brow X and Y's. It's more for expression toggles. Yeah, that was what I was thinking. Wait, no, that's what, not, sorry, I said yeah without thinking. That's my bad. I meant to say yeah, that's really smart. That makes more sense. Hermit, what you doing? Looks cool. I'm making a new model. Not gonna be my main model, but it's gonna be fun. I think it'll be a fun model. How do the results compare with VTube Studio versus V-Bridger? The main difference is V-Bridger is more accurate because it can make a lot of O sounds. Like if you look at my mouth, like O, A, E, I, O, U. Versus VTube Studio can almost mimic that, but you're gonna have to calibrate it a whole lot more. So one is more work in the beginning and less work in the second part, which is calibrating. One is less work, but more calibrating. I'm going to show you the one that is less work because just for simplicity's sake and teaching you the basics, VBridger is not a good one to start with. It'll probably overwhelm you with parameters you might not understand. And I might not be able to explain them really well. Eagle Andy, thank you so much for the sub. Welcome to the tavern. Honey, look, I see a shiny. That worked for a second. That worked for a hot second. Some anime angry faces push the brows inwards as well as angling. Yeah, you can definitely do that with toggles. And Tiberius, thank you so much for the 500 shinies. Thank you. The treadmill goes in Honey's room, not Cove. It would go in my room. But she could probably hear it if I was running on a treadmill. I want to be a good roommate. I don't want to bother. All right, let's see. So we did the ears. I showed you an example of how to do one of the earrings, which I can tilt. We can tilt it. Look at that. Look at that. It tilts with the head as well as it tilts with the ears. Look at that. Look at it go. Look at it go. It's good. But yeah. Bumpy, it was something else learning VBridger. It was so much fun because I love learning new techniques, but yes, it's very, very different if you don't have a whole lot of experience with it. And the shinies you because you shine the brightest. No, the chads are my shinies. Listen, y'all are cool. Y'all are so kind. You shine bright like a diamond. And honey, I owe you. Me, what do you owe me? I have no recollection of us agreeing to anything. Yep, that's my brain. That's my brain not remembering anything. Tiberius, thank you for the gifted sub. Suction cup man, look at me go. Oh, I gotta watch that afterwards. Yeah, I think I'm getting distracted. I think that probably means it's getting closer to my bedtime. So, yeah, just went over creating meshes and creating hierarchies. I will do the body afterwards. I feel like the more important stuff to focus on is the face and the head, simply because that is what is going to be on the screen for the most part. Most of the details should go into your eyes, mouth, and head rotations, because those are the things that people will see the most and pay attention to the most. Awkward fish. Do you play Magic? No, I don't play Magic. Sorry. I don't know if I want an expensive, addicting hobby. VTubing is already enough. All right. One last look because it makes me laugh so much. Bald! Look at her! Oh, and then just your head tilt. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Even better way to show off how good those earring physics are gonna be. Look at that gravity. Look at it go. Then the earring brows. Look at that. Anyway, let's go back. Laugh so much. Honey, why'd you make your head shiny? Because I can. I have that power. I can do what I please. Listen, if I shave my head, you know I'm gonna be rubbing it down with some oil to moisturize that skin under there. It's more sensitive to sunlight now without hair there. You do realize you have to sing a Shine Bright Like a Diamond now. If someone redeems a song redeem. I do know that song. MTG can be pretty budget friendly. It's pretty easy to go down the rabbit hole. MTG. Oh, Magic the Gathering. It can be, but like, I have seen people, some of my friends go deep down the rabbit hole of Magic the Gathering. People and light the beacon. Shine the light. Not getting lost. Emergency service can see that your bald head a mile away. It's all good. No song for 15 minutes? Dang, guess you'll have to wait till next stream. All I want to do is see you turn into a giant woman. It's stuck in my head now. It's stuck in my head now. The online version is especially budget friendly. You can do it all free to play. Yeah. You can play it, because I think you do the same thing with Yu-Gi-Oh! You can play without paying for any cards, so it's a good option if you're not wanting to get into debt. Onyx touches Honey's chromium domium. New hand touches the beacon. Ah. Escasapien, it's been a delight watching your stream again. I'm just now getting off work, ready to head home. Hope you have a great night. Yeah. Hope you had a good shift and get some sleep. Found a quick song to leave us for the week. I don't know. More. I have a collection of over half the legendary creatures in Magic the Gathering. It's worth like 7K. Jeez. That's what I mean. Like it doesn't seem like an expensive hobby, but when you get to like the really collector's items, it can get a lot. You can find the lyrics though. Also, diamonds don't shine, they reflect light. I know this. But still, it's a good song. 3D printing is definitely an expensive hobby. Yep. One of my cousins has gotten into 3D printing and it's fun. I got a cool little glow in the dark keychain. It's nice, but it seems very expensive. Refract like a diamond. He's been showing us Lechonk's final evolution this whole time. I think honestly, I think Snack's closer to like Swineheart or Swineboo. Is that what they're called? Swinub. Swine Pokemon. Pillow Swine. There we go. And Swinub. Yeah, Swinub. Son, solution, go to the card store and find their bin. It's filled to the top with cards they don't want. Take them all. Just pocket the free cards, it's all good. By the way, nice touch on that. Snack blinks unevenly. Thank you. I'm glad you liked that. Yeah, he's a special guy. He's my little guy. He doesn't have a care in the world. He's just here vibing. He's not a mammoth swine. If I ever get a 3D printer, I'm gonna build a Jesus on the cross that turns into a robot, because why not? How would you break apart those pieces? I guess you'd have to break them apart like a transformer toy. We make an evil honey goblin model and call it a pepper goblin. I do have a demon model in the works, because the subathon goals was a chibi model, a divine model, and a demon model. So we got a nice lineup going on. The divine model is almost done being drawn. I'm almost done drawing it, and I will have to rig it probably next week. So I'll have it ready for midsummer, most likely. And then the demon model should be ready, hopefully, by Halloween. That's the goal right now. And then somewhere along the line, I'll add a goth model, because that's the other one. Jalapeno goblin for the spicy. Just a little spicy. As a tweet. Would it be called vinegar goblin? Or salty? No, salty would be a mermaid. Ooh, what if I made a mergob? I could go with a mergob. I have that power. Hey, Tome, what's good? What's good, Tome? How you doing? Hey, that fear expression you should use more. I suggest play a scary game to use it. Yeah. The fear. Let me see if I have a... One sec. I have a thing. I have a thing that I've misplaced. Where is my sketchbook? Oh, there it is. It fell on the couch. There it is. Let's see. I have so many hotkeys, y'all. I added way too many to this model. To the point where, like, even if I got a stream deck, I think it would still take up too many too many buttons. And you got one of the most expressive VTubing avatars I've seen. Love it. I'll have to watch your art and rigging VODs. Thank you. Yeah, I'm gonna be putting these up on YouTube. You can go into the About section, and there's a VOD channel, so you can check it out. It's on a playlist. Let's see, fear is Elsha. There we go. There's a couple things that I need to fix. For example, the nose. There's a couple frames where it doesn't transition smoothly. So I need to fix that. And there's one more. Yeah, it's just crying. Just sad. Yeah, for the most part, all of my other ones work. But in creating the nearly profile turnaround, I had to create new pieces. And that is one of the things I kind of needed to work on a little bit more. But it was a finished, not perfect situation. Son Murgob, yes indeed. I have some ideas. Looking forward to seeing on how on Earth you can get even more divine than you already are. Why, thank you. We'll see. You could have an evil twin called Milk, because milk and honey. That would be kind of cool, actually. That'd be a weird name, though, Milk. I wonder if there's a VTuber named Milk. You'd make Murgob a toggle on Cove's model when she eventually gets you to make it. That's true. Cove is raising funds to get me to make a model. So if she's looking for a Murgob model, I am down to make one. I do like making models. Yeah, well, Pride Month, so I guess I'm gay now. Congratulations. You've joined this. Albino Goblin and Milk. Oh! Yes. Yes. There is Milk as a cow VTuber. Ah, yes. Yeah, Milky. Yeah. Oh, okay, yes. If I remember correctly, Milky has blue hair and has like a cow bikini on. Nice. Nice. And you're down with anything that has to do with fish. People, you're not wrong. This is what happened when you show a kid The Little Mermaid. She gets obsessed. You never see it coming. You're just, look, a little Disney movie to keep our little toddler entertained. Meanwhile, I'm learning all the songs and drawing mermaids. My parents never did. My parents could have never predicted my career path. No way. No way. At first, I was going to be a teacher, and then I was going to be a physiotherapist. And like, and then it moved. I think at one point I was going to be a nurse. But thankfully, it's a good thing I wasn't a nurse. Honestly, I feel like I would get too tired too easily as a nurse, as well as like my biology was not my strongest grade. It was like a B at best. Make the perfect fear expression or avoid to end and never have a reason to play fear game and use it. That's true. I could just never use it. I could never be afraid. I could just be brave all the time. I think we have yet to have a parasite themed VTuber. Are you sure? I was about to say maybe Juniper, but Juniper's a moth, not a parasite. That's different. That's way different. Enomiya Milk is a Japanese VTuber that's part of Nori Pro. Oh, I've never heard of Nori Pro, I don't think. Again, street sharks are triangular, have abs, and pointing. That is the perfect honeybee. Dorito fishmen. Disney secretly recruiting for the fur agent. I think there was a study done where it was like, when did furries start becoming a thing? Disney. Robin Hood. And I can definitely see it. I can definitely see it. Personally, not a furry, but I get it. I get it. And Zootopia just exacerbated that. A fully rigged model's a lot of work. It is a whole lot of work. Yep. And it only gets more complex the more you learn. Because you get better and better and learn different rigging techniques. You take longer. Even if the old things that you do happen faster. Like you can do certain things faster. The new things will always slow you down a little bit. But then they'll look really cool. Centerpins Robin Hood? Yep. Yep. It's the foxes. They made him so likable looking and so expressive. Someone asked me to name 2 structures that hold water. I was like, well, damn. That is a good one. That is a good one. Yep, also Shigo, but I never watched Kim Possible. Shigo gave me some very, very interesting feelings as a teenager. She's just so sassy and cool, and she would fight me, and I'd like that. Golden Fox, it hurts to laugh, but it's a good kind of pain. Feels good, doesn't it? Have you ever seen Eddie Redmayne saying his first crush was Nala on the talk show? It's too good. The bedroom eyes Nala me. I haven't seen that, but I want to. I want to see that. Oh my gosh. Kurgan. Nah, man. I want a leech mosquito tapeworm VTuber or a toxoplasmosis VTuber. Vampires don't scratch that itch. They have the funds, but man, I'd simp for that kind of novelty. That's interesting. I've seen a centipede VTuber. They're really cool, but not quite the same. Rigging is so much fun. A relatively simple one took me 2 months to learn all the tricks, but it's so worth it, and I look forward to making more complex stuff. Yeah, Woodman. It's fun, right? It's like you create a puzzle for yourself, and it's solving it is so satisfying because you get to breathe life into something. Chico was always confused if I wanted to be like her or be with her. That is the real bisexual struggle. Is like, all right, do I like you or do I want to be like you? And sometimes it's both, which is extra confusing. Centipede with it looks really cool. It looks super cool. It like the idle leg animation is good stuff. I don't remember their name, but I'm sure you could find it if you look up Centipede VTuber. I know a couple of Mantis VTubers, a couple of Bee-tubers. Yeah, I know a Wasp tuber. There's a lot of really, really cool designs out there. But yeah, it's almost 10 for me. I should probably get to bed because I have to go grocery shopping. I have to finish drawing the Divine model tomorrow, and then I get to start rigging, and then I have to finalize my website. Yes. I think that's about it. That's all I got to do tomorrow. It's just that. Procrastinate on ending the stream for another 40 minutes, we can get a song. Well, you'll just have to wait now, won't you? Alright, let's see who is awake. I want to make sure that I don't find a streamer that is ending, because I don't want to make them stay up really, really late just because I rated. So let's see who's up. Let's see. I'm trying to find someone I haven't rated in a while. Stradivent. It was fun. Have a good night, honey. Thank you, Stradivent. Jade Loadable, thank you for the hydrate. Reporting, thank you for breathe. I'll do the breathe for you. Let's see. Is up. I'm trying to think of someone who has a really, really cool model that I could also show off. Baldrade. Ooh. Yeah, we can call it a Baldrade. I think that's a good one. And J-Lobo, thank you for the hydrate. I have some tea. Yes, I have tea in my cup. Apple tea, let's go. Jasper, have a wonderful night, and thank you for streaming. Of course, thank you for coming, Jasper. And Jay, thank you for coming. I'm glad I could cheer up your day a little bit. You making a website for merch? No, I'm making it for commissions. So for people who want VTuber models, I'm gonna break down my pricing so y'all can see how I charge for the work, and you can kind of see what you want in your model for your budget. Thanks for the great time. I'm gonna get a song redeemed next stream. Mark my words. Oh, don't worry, it'll be on. It'll be on. Dying of jeez, get help, get help. All right, I'm going to send y'all over to someone who's doing art. Yeah, I feel like art be a good one. Let's go visit Crimbo. Crimbo's doing art. I am gonna remind y'all that Crimbo is an 18+ streamer. I don't think they're not doing anything TOS breaking, but just keep that in mind. Just want y'all to know. Start the raid, start the raid. Crimbo does really excellent art, by the way. If you're looking for someone with a really, really good art style, 100%. Check out Crimbo's stuff. Very, very good stuff. 18+ in this raid. Crimbo gonna say the bad words. Crimbo gonna swear and have a good time, but Crimbo is also very, very nice. Yay. It's gonna be good. Bald raid, bald raid, bald raid, bald raid. Let's go! I think it's gonna be good. I'm gonna make him ask what a bald raid is for. Sent us to Poppy a while back. Yeah, that's true. I sent y'all to Poppy. Y'all know Poppy. He's great. Crimbo's like, maybe just like a couple notches down from Poppy. But Crimbo's art looks really good right now. He's doing some coloring on Mim and Prism. Good stuff. Real good stuff. But yeah, I'm gonna get some rest. I'm gonna see if I can steal some of Cove's Reese's Puff cereal. Then I'll probably watch a movie and go to bed. Alright, good night, y'all. Thank you so much. I will see you soon. I'll put out the schedule tomorrow, and I will catch you later. Get some rest. Bye, ya.